That music sounds like every John Cusack movie from the 80s, like the ending, like the last 5 minutes. What the fuck was that?
He just had his his moment where he figured
He's like
everything out in life.
realizes like the nerdy girl is the hot one and he has to go after her and he's like gonna what the fuck
I gotta ski the mountain now.
I guess we got some new changes on that. We've been gone too long. Everything, the world has changed, Rick. The world has changed.
Not for the better. Not for the better.
Just trying to look up what was the last time. What's the last time we did a show? It's been a while. David Lynch died. That was the last time we did a show. That was how many weeks ago?
That was a few. Well, yeah, I've been without a PC for a while.
January 23rd was the last time we did a show. So this is the longest we've ever gone without doing a show. It's almost a month. Yeah, a month on the day. Yeah, sorry if you were missing us. I didn't get any messages like, hey, where's the show? So it's not like anybody missed us. But,
You guys were gone?
You guys were gone. We didn't know. So yeah, we were gone. First, I had some issues, some medical fun I had to deal with, so I couldn't do the show. And then right when we're ready to come back, Mr. Grayson's his own Teletran one had to hit a little.
Took a shit.
Took some digital.
Took a massive dump.
Yeah, so we're back. We missed so much fucking so much news. Of course, it's like the best time for like we were like struggling for news for a while, and now like the past month that we missed, every fucking thing has dropped.
Everything in.
Everything in their has come out. So we're gonna talk about. We're gonna try to speed around some things too, because we're gonna try to get to everything. We're gonna talk about the Andor trailer that just dropped yesterday. We'll talk about Amazon taking full control of Bond. What could go wrong? And then I finally saw Brave New World last night. So we're going to talk about that. We'll do a little full spoiler review and talk some other Marvel stuff that dropped the last month, some trailers and some news and stuff too. And we got some rumors of Kathleen Kennedy being retired by the end of this year. It's kind of been going back and forth. Some people say it's not true. Some people say it's true. So we'll talk a little about that. We've made our feelings known about Kathleen Kennedy, but we'll talk about that for sure. So Mr. Alfred, how you doing, man? Good to see you.
Doing well. Finally, doing well. Looks like I'm fucking more in HD now with this.
Yeah, you're not lurking in the shadows like Darkwing Duck anymore. You are the terror that flaps in the daytime now. So
you can't be the terror in the daytime. They're like, oh, he smiles. I'm like, no.
Oh, he smiles. He smiles. What's up, Krista? What's up? What's up, Krista? How you doing? What's up, Renee? Rocket Red Countdown Liftoff. Yo, what's up, Red Incredible Hulk? Smash the thumbs up button. Yes, I agree. Smash it till it hurts. Krista, miss you guys all. Have an awesome live comic book tonight. I have an orthopedic surgery on my right rotator cuff and shoulder operation. I have to get some sleep. What's tomorrow morning surgery? Renee, it's tough, man. I had to spend a couple of days in the hospital myself. It's not fun. So hopefully you get a speedy recovery and come back and show us all your
and listen to the show. You know, while you're recuperating.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So yeah, just feel better. And take it easy too. Don't try to rush it. No. So yeah, man, good luck on that. All right, Mr. Effort. Let's start off.
Let's hit it.
I don't know where to start off. Let's
start anywhere.
So we'll start off with this. Just a quick little figure thing. We're starting to get. We're gonna figure it out. We got CDCC coming out in July, and they're already announcing some exclusives. I'm very tempted on this one, man. I think one of the first things that's dropped for the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. So if you're a big fan of the G.I. Joe TV show, you remember at one point they become Old Slither, man. Old school GI Joe. The Dreadnoks pose as like a rock band, and that song is pretty damn catchy. It was played in every cartoon in the 80s, but that song is fucking pretty catchy. So we're getting the classified 6-inch scale Coates Leather Band. They're going to come with all the guitar and a nice drum kit, and got the bass and fucking So this looks awesome. If you're a fan of the old school, even if you're not, these look fucking rad. These look like just an 80s rock, butt rock fucking band. This looks fucking amazing. I'm not sure what the price tag on this. It's just 4 figures, so I'd assume it's going to be at least $100. But this might be first on the list, Lori. If you're watching, or if you're going to watch this might be first on the San Diego Comic-Con wish list.
Is this like a limited to one per person or something?
This is exclusive. Yeah, I'm not sure what the.
I'm gonna have to find this, man.
Yeah, this looks fucking cool, man.
This is fucking great.
This is definitely one of
them up and sing the song.
Yeah, you definitely got to yeah. This looks amazing. It sucks that it's going to be exclusive. Sometimes it's hard to get some of these things. But the last couple of years, it's been pretty easy to get the exclusives online and stuff too. So you just kind of got to be a little vigilant and be on it.
For a good price, or are they trying to fucking
Well, that's why you want to get the exclusives when they come out, not the secondary, because the secondary the scalpers will fucking double the price of what the original figure is, and so you got to be careful. So we'll see how that goes. But this looks awesome. This looks fucking great, man. Yeah. If you don't remember that, like GI Joe in the 80s, they had some weird shit on that cartoon. It was, they had Excalibur. They were fighting like fucking fluffy creatures and Conan type creatures. They were going to the past. They were going fucking. They went all over the place with that cartoon. It still holds up. It's still a great cartoon. But yeah, this episode is pretty awesome. I mean, I might have to get this, man. This might have to be a buy for sure.
I just we're cold Slither.
And I think they started becoming popular, right? And then they like, oh, you guys can actually be a band, but no.
Well, we have to go back to Cobra.
Yeah.
Fucking Zartan. I wonder does Zartan change color too? Does he still change color?
They are doing a 3 3/4 reaction figure of this version of this version of Zartan, and it does color change.
Oh, nice.
So I'm not sure about
get that one too.
Yeah, I kind of want to get that one too. I should have put it in the
set. Yeah,
yeah. It's pretty awesome that they're doing that. It's a wild world. There's only a few more. Deep cuts for sure. This is definitely one on the list of people wanting. Like, this is what on my personal list of classifieds I wanted to see. I was like, I figured at some point they're going to do this. So this is going to be the San Diego. Their exclusive have been pretty cool. Like, they did Chuckles as exclusive. And last year, I think, was Nemesis Enforcer, which I wasn't a big fan of the figure. I think it was a little deviated a little too much from the cartoon. But this looks awesome. This has got to be a must buy.
Oh, it looks fucking great, man.
Go watch that episode. They're on YouTube. Go watch that episode. It's fucking hilarious. It's like one of the best, definitely one of the best episodes. And that song will get stuck in your head for sure. All right. Let's see. So He-Man is coming out. We're getting a lot more pictures. They're adding to the cast and such. We're getting a first image. We got some behind the scene photos of him. Looks like Prince Adam getting arrested or something. So we got our first like official image. We got the sword looking pretty massive of the universes. I'm glad they're like keeping the aesthetic of the original cartoon sword. It looks pretty bad. I like the live action sword too from the 88 the movie 87. Yeah. So but this looks cool. I've seen some behind the scenes. I'm still not sold on the guy playing He-Man. He looks a little, I don't know, I don't want to say derpy, but a little derpy. But we got kind of the plot. Mattel has released the first official image of Nicholas Gallatin. I don't know, whatever, as He-Man and the Sword of Power for the upcoming Masters of the Universe movie from Amazon MGM Studios, which was slated for release on June 6, 2026. The film will follow 10-year-old Prince Adam, who crashed to Earth in a spaceship and was separated from his magical power sword, the only link to his home on Eternium. After tracking it down almost 2 decades later, Prince Adam is whisked back across space to defend his home planet against the evil forces of Skeletor. But to defeat such powerful villain, Prince Andor will first need to uncover the mystery of his past and become He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. So we did hear like some rumblings about the plot being set, the first part being set on Earth, which I kind of don't want. I don't need Earth in this. I don't understand why we have to involve Earth. There's no reason for this. But I'm hoping this is just like the first 20 minutes he's on Earth. You kind of go through his childhood, and then you get the rest of the movie on Eternia. But Mr. Ed, what do you think of the image, and what do you think of this plot that we got for this? Are you does this make you less excited about this? Less excited? What's your thoughts?
Well, first, I don't know. I don't know right now. Like, I like the cast. The more I like think about it and look at the cast, I'm just
the cast looks amazing. Except for
Jared Leto, a lot of people.
The Jared Leto thing, I'm still on the fence about because I want to
see what he got. He's a good.
I want to see what he does. Like, I want to see how. Like, sometimes he goes a little too far in the wrong direction. So I'm that's the one casting I'm kind of on. But the rest of the cast looks pretty good.
I like that there are certain people that they're adding, like they're adding Fisto, Ram Man,
Deep Cuts,
Triclops, Trapjaw. Like they're adding like some real like good characters. So I'm like, wait a minute, you guys are actually doing He-Man.
Yeah, and this feels like they're gonna go full in on these like weird fucking characters that like they in the Dolph Lundgren movie they kind of took a couple of the characters.
They took liberties,
and then they took made their own characters so it didn't look all goofy. So they try to make them badass. But I kind of that's the part of the charm of Masters of the Universe. Kind of goofy. It's kind of corny in some ways, but you don't go full corn though.
Well, they didn't. It doesn't look like they brought in Orko, so they didn't go full corn. No. But dude, I know I don't like the first part hearing about the whole. I get it. It's a storyline to kind of like humanize and like, why can't we just like relate? We related to Luke Skywalker and he didn't fucking crash land to fucking Tatooine.
Yeah.
So
that's a good point.
I don't get it. I don't understand why they. I wonder if it's production sometimes that you have to recreate sets.
Yeah, it's probably cheaper to just film a part of the movie on Earth and then instead of building new sets and stuff. But you can reuse a bunch of sets. Like you don't have to like. And it's a lot of green screen I'm sure is going to be used.
So for me, there's going to be there's a measuring stick for this film once I go see it. Want to see how they fucking bring out Castle Grayskull. Want to see what Castle Grayskull looks like on the screen. Want to see what the sorceress look. I think Marina Baccarin as a sorceress is going to be awesome.
Oh yeah, I can totally see that. Like all the guys, like
I totally see it.
You can see him. Like He-Man, I'm still kind of like But even though he's in shape, so like at least he got that part down. I just want to know how.
I was happy because the thing is like the first pictures they showed of the guy, he was a little smaller. He's bulked up.
Yeah, he bulked. Yeah, and Hollywood, dude, people are like, oh, he's too skinny. I'm like, dude, these motherfuckers get the best fucking steroids in the fucking world. They get all the fucking great HGH. They have trainers and dietitians. Like, dude, these guys can bulk up in 6 months easily. Like fucking, and it's all don't worry. Like people are like, oh, he's too like. They can get bigger. They can get yoked out.
Chris Pratt is like one of the perfect examples. Him and the guy from Silicon Valley, Kumail Nanjiani. Dude, he fucking bulked up like crazy. Rob Stark was already Rob Stark, but this guy's just a fucking comedian, and he got yoked out. So good. That's why Daniel Radcliffe for Wolverine. I'm on that train now. Shit.
I can't.
Actually, no. I'm more Taron Egerton, but yeah.
I think we're just gonna get Hugh Jackman for the next 10 years. Fucking that's it.
But this is interesting. I'm excited by pictures. I want to see a trailer to see if it's worth my time.
Yeah, I want to see how there's definitely a delicate. We talked about this the last couple of shows. There's a delicate balance you need to play with this. And, I don't want to see him like take it too far goofy. Like I wanted it to be taken seriously, and you can have some fun moments, but don't go full into the corny side of it. So
since this is a MGM product, is this going to be straight to streaming for?
I believe this is going to go into theaters. What I've heard. Yeah,
I thought it was going to be an Amazon thing, but okay.
Yeah, Amazon is pretty good about releasing stuff. Like they're not like Netflix where they want to have everything on fucking on their streaming service. Like, and Netflix has a weird fucking model. Like, why would you not release your stuff? You're leaving money on the table. Like, why would you not like want to release it in the movie theaters, get a couple $100 million in revenue you wouldn't have had? Like, why? I don't understand the thinking about that. And it gets people excited to be like, hey, I want to watch it again, or you need to watch it. It's on Netflix right now. Go to Netflix. And so people will subscribe to watch a movie that was popular in the theaters. I don't know. It's a weird fucking way to look at things. But I want this to be good. Please be good. Please be good. That's all I'm asking. I say we get a probably trailer. I probably Comic-Con. I say we get a trailer if they're knee deep in filming right now. I think Comic-Con next year we'll get some kind of footage and some kind of trailer because you want to start the hype up a year before. So we'll see. I'm sure Lawyer will be there and tell us.
Sorry, it's in my head now.
All right, let's talk about this. We'll try not to get too heated about this one, but Cawthorne Kennedy. This is from Joe Blow. End of an era will soon be upon us, as a report from Puck says. Lucasfilm boss Cawthorne Kennedy plans to retire before the end of the year. Cawthorne Kennedy joined Lucasfilm in 2012 as a co-chair along with Star Wars creative George Lucas. A few months, short months into her position, Lucasfilm sold Disney for $4 billion, prompting Lucas back his bag and retire to Skywalker Ranch. So basically, Cawthorne Kennedy was his choice to like take over. And hey, don't get me wrong, Cawthorne Kennedy was an amazing producer. She produced some of the greatest movies of all time. She's produced Jurassic Park, like E.T., Temple of Doom, just some of the best fucking.
Dude, she's got one of the best lists out there.
Even outside, the Goonies, like even outside the Spielberg stuff, she did so many fucking amazing movies.
Arachnophobia.
Yeah, it's endless how many movies she produced that were like ingrained in your film. But the problem is, they put her ahead of a studio, which she didn't really feel the right fit for. They had some wins for sure. Force Awakens, one of the biggest movies of all time.
That's very easy to be that movie though when we've been waiting.
And this was, when you go a long time without a Star Wars movie and come back, just like Phantom Menace, you pretty much could put anything on screen and people will come out to go see it. It's just kind of what you do after that. It was just too many, and we've beat this dead horse for sure a lot about how many projects that got put forward that never happened, and then some of the projects that did get put forward were just not up to par with the Star Wars franchise. So we won't go through the list. We've gone through it so many times, but I think this is a good thing. I think it's time for her to go. She wasn't the right fit for this company. She just wasn't hiring the right people and not having a plan. I think I was watching Campy earlier, and just he put it right. It's like she never had a good plan for this. She just like, oh, let's just figure it out as we go. It's like, no, you need to have a plan. You need to have a solid. The fact that Star Wars trilogy didn't have a set beginning, middle, and then they started off strong, but then you wanted to go a different direction when the middle part then fucked up the rest of it. So what do you think?
It was that. Well, with that, it was like the campfire story that you fucking tell you tell a part of a story, then hand it off to somebody else, and then they go, and it's like it doesn't work that way.
Yeah,
especially when you're trying to fucking guide $1 billion IP like fucking Star Wars. Like, why would you do that? The fact that
we haven't got a Star Wars movie in 6 years is insane. You have Star Wars, and their plan was supposed to be like a Star Wars movie every year. They were talking about maybe even every year. Which I'm glad they didn't go that way. I think you need to make Star Wars an event special. It should be either every year or every 2 years. I think every 2 years is good. Like you don't have to have one every year. Make it special. Make it an event. So what do you think this is going to go? Do we think we're going to? Who do you think? Is there anybody out there you want to see in charge of this? And what do you think going forward? What is Star Wars going to look like?
What are they looking for in the person who's going to take charge of this? Are they looking for a business person, or are they looking for somebody who's like a Feige who understands it? That's what I want to know. And even then, Feige, we'll get into that later. But it's that. What are they looking for?
Like I think I think what they need to do is get what Warner Brothers did with James Gunn and Peter Safran.
Two guys, exactly, because you got the
one is the
guy and the creative guy.
Yeah, one is like a Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau. I'm going to handle the creative, and then there's a business guy that's going to fucking handle all the business side of things. I don't think it's like one person should be in control of everything, unless it's hit or miss. But I think somebody being just full credit. Let me write the ship. Let me make let me get the right people in charge of these things. You handle the business side of the company, and then I think two guys are going to have to do this job.
I like Filoni, but the guy I kind of want is I just heard the guy talk so much when it comes to, and I've seen a lot of his interviews and just listening to the guy talk. Dude, I like the idea of maybe somebody like Whitwer being like a guide for
Star that guy fucking loves Star Wars.
He loves Star Wars.
Him and Freddie Prinze Jr. Man, I can listen to them two talk Star Wars all fucking day long.
Exactly, and there's like things like when I just love hearing like the story of like how he got the Force Unleashed job when he did his rehearsal. It was great. Why are you doing all this? Because why are you doing all this when you're meditating? He's supposed to be calm. It's like, yeah, he doesn't know how to be calm. He's his apprentice of Vader. What does he know about fucking meditating? And like everybody around him was just like, oh, he's right. But he's a guy who definitely has love for Star Wars. Another thing is when you listen to him, how he would like integrate new Star Wars fans. He goes, if you want to start with Star Wars fans, he goes and introduce people to Star Wars, start with the Clone Wars. Get them to fall in love with Anakin Skywalker. Get that way when that reveal happens in Empire, I am your father. Like you're like, oh, what the? That's fucking even more mind blown. If you're taking somebody through it for the first time, very rare, but somebody through the first time just to have their mind blown. But that's he has that kind of love for it when he talks about this is how I would guide the fandom. And what I would want, like, look, easiest thing to do is cut off from the Skywalkers. No more Skywalker.
You told the story. You told the story. There's no Skywalkers left. You killed them all. Fucking. Yeah. The only one thing I would want to see is the time after Return, kind of Luke during that good time when he was a badass. You saw that season 2 Mandalorian with Luke. I want to see kind of that era Luke. Maybe
that'd be nice. But I'd like to see that in a mini series more than
or like an animated series. Like you can do like 3 seasons.
I want a live action. We got fucked.
Yeah, get Sebastian Stan in there.
Yeah. That's his Marvel deal should almost be done, and fucking Disney loves working with people.
He looks like a man. You can even have fucking Mark Hamill do the voice, and he does the movements like fucking.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind that, even though he's like probably like a foot taller than Mark Hamill, but you can make it work.
What I would do, honestly, if they were smart, I know they're not because they really don't want to go back to this shit. Go get fucking Keanu Reeves and do fucking Revan.
Yeah, that's a fan favorite for sure. That's a fan favorite.
Get Keanu Reeves and do Revan with a trilogy like that. It's over.
Yeah,
like that's.
A lot of people want to go back to that. Or like I think you either need to go super forward in the timeline or super back in the timeline. Like we got the post prequel pre New Hope era has been done to death. We've had like 4 or 5 series done in that timeline. I think Andor should be the last one. Taken during that time. It kind of ties everything together. There's rumors of maybe some Rebel characters appearing in Andor because the timeline's kind of matching up to that time. So I think you either let's go super. Let's skip the Rey. I told people that Rey movie wasn't happening. People were like, "Oh no, it's gonna happen." No,
with the change now,
it's definitely not happening. It's not gonna happen. Like, why would you do that to the fan base? It's already like divisive over that shit. Go forward, go 30 years into the future. Maybe some dissent. You don't even have to do Skywalker. Just the Jedi Order is set up. The Jedi is going strong, but there's some new philosophies going in the Jedi. So the shit that doesn't happen again. I don't know. I think you can either go super forward or super past. Like, let's kind of like get away from this era and kind of try some new shit. You got to Star Trek The Next Generation this shit.
Hire the writers that do all these great Star Wars books.
Yeah.
To write your next Star Wars movie and have a good fucking screenwriter come on and adapt it.
Yeah. Yeah, just good people that are passionate, not just somebody, I want to do something cool and new. Like, No, let's. It's cool to do new shit, but don't disrespect the shit that came before.
Don't invite the new kid who just started liking Star Wars over to do this shit.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Great idea. Let's do a cool.
Yeah.
Let's do a something the Old Republic, but have it fucking take place in like
they don't understand it.
Like I just this is good. I think this is a good thing. I think Star Wars needs a fresh start. I think it needs like I wouldn't say a reboot, but just like a refreshing, new eyes, new takes. I love Dave Filoni too, but I think he's kind of stuck in like a lot of the past shit too.
Yep.
And stuck on certain characters that we need to kind of move on from. So I think it's time for some new blood. I think some new creators, some people that are passionate about Star Wars. Not people who are just, I watched a couple movies. I think I'm a Star Wars fan. Like no.
Yeah. People don't like to hear that word gatekeeper, but you need a gatekeeper to handle this IP.
Yeah, and they're like after Force Awakens, a lot of fans. There was a few fans that didn't like Force Awakens. I can understand. It's the same thing over, but that's the history. History is you can see now what's happening in our world. History repeats itself. Yeah. So and we had a nice and then Mandalorian people were on board, but I think they just kind of did too much. I think focusing on too many TV shows too. I think I like what. Going back to James Gunn and Saffron, I like kind of how they kind of like, we're going to release 2 movies a year, 2 live action shows, 2 animated series. And just kind of like not go above that, kind of just like, hey, this is our plan.
Well, I guess more to say about that if we go into that one, but
okay, all right, let's go into that one now.
Well, that's kind of scary when you start thinking about that though. It's scary for one thing because I don't like the model because that's almost feels kind of what they were doing with.
Well, you can go the way where like it feels like you have to have a fucking thing. You have to have this movie out. You have to have this. Like you have to check certain boxes. Which then that's when you start rushing shit and putting shit out. That's not that's mediocre. But I don't think
this is the thing I like about how Gunn's doing it though. That was the con. I don't like it because it kind of feels like it already started. They already tried it with Snyder. Put the cart before the horse. But I have a feeling that Superman is going to track very high.
Yeah, it might not make a bunch of money, but I think it's fan base and people and like critics and fans.
Word of mouth, everything. This is I have a strong feeling because the thing is what's going on is just shifts. There's a shift in the winds. The fact that there are directors and writers out there writing treatments for characters, I think is increasing the likelihood of a lot more projects being done by them. I think people are excited to go work over there at DC because if they do have control and the studio's not fucking with them, you don't get that at Marvel. You had it.
There's some rumors that James Gunn is very nitpicky on people's scripts, and that's why he's not greenlighting anything until they're completely done, which I think is a good thing. I think it's
a great thing.
Yeah, you have to have somebody overseeing this shit, and that's
the whole thing. Well, Flanagan's already fucking brought in the script, and he fucking loved it. He was like, I wasn't gonna do a Clayface, but the way they're writing it, I want to see this, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm down for that because that literally introduces a supernatural element to Gotham, right off bat. Because I don't know if it's gonna be Elseworld.
They're kind of hinting that it's going to be kind of a one-off Elseworld thing. That's what they kind of heard rumblings about. One thing I think they're making a mistake making a Supergirl movie right after a Superman movie. I think they should give another character some shine first because you kind of like want to go beyond the suit because we've gotten so much Superman shit. We've gotten so much Batman shit.
Unless it's introducing other things.
Well, you're gonna see Lobo in there. You're gonna see some other elements, but I think going from a Superman movie to a Supergirl movie kind of makes the universe small. I think we needed another character before we get a Supergirl movie.
Yes and no, but I like the idea of that you're gonna have 2 different styles of Kryptonians on Earth. Superman, who is raised by humans and shares our kind of morality, versus a Kryptonian who comes here and probably doesn't value life the way we do.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong. I think that movie's gonna be badass. I like the more I.
I think Millie Alcock's gonna fucking kill it.
I think she's gonna kick ass. She's gonna be a bad. I have the comic too. I need to read. The Girl Tomorrow by Tom King. I have to read that, and you know, a lot of people really like that series. So
Tom King's working on all of these too.
Yeah,
he's like working very close with Gunn.
Yeah, which you know, I've had my issues with Tom King over the years, but he's
on the whole, I think he's a great writer.
Yeah,
I mean, I know he has some fuck ups, but everybody does.
Yeah. I think I think I blame other people for that fuck up too. But it looks like we're gonna they're making the Sergeant Rock thing too. I know people are excited about that. I'm not excited about a Sergeant Rock movie. I think that's another bad idea to introduce a character that really like this is not like the Guardians. Like Sergeant Rock is very like kind of he's just a military guy. It's
well, if that's a one-off and not in the what's it called movie, that'd be fine.
Yeah, I just don't like. I want to see.
Everybody likes a good war movie, man.
Not really anymore. The war movies are not hitting like they used to, man.
Because they're weak ass kids.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, I don't know about. I'm kind of glad Daniel Craig's not being part of it now, though.
That's actually a good. That might be a good thing. But
yeah, I
still want to see a Sergeant Rock movie because I just don't.
I would love. You know what? I would love one too. I'm just saying for this. What they're trying to rebuild the DC universe and having a character like Sergeant Rock, you know, showing they're showing. I don't know. I just want them to go with some other characters that you know, some people that are because Sergeant Rock is such a niche character for a lot of people. It's not there's people that that's their favorite character, but that is a very 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 small percentage of comic.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I want some crowd pleasers or some people to get people like in the door. Then you can start doing these, you know, because what they did with you know, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor. Then you can do the Guardians because people are into the MCU. Now you can start doing these the obscure characters that people like. I didn't know about Sergeant Rock. Now he's my favorite character because I didn't know about him. But I think starting off with these small characters, I think it's
they've already backed off the Authority too.
Yeah. So when I guess we could talk about here. This is the perfect time. James Gunn taking a picture with Zack Snyder, and really all the little Snyder Bros they didn't know what to fucking do with themselves. So one of the rumors is like one part is that is he gonna like maybe direct something? Somebody said the Authority would be good for him to direct if they do an Authority movie. I think it's basically just James Gunn saying, "Hey, we're cool, man. We're all on the same. We're all like we're friends and we're on the same page. Like, calm the fuck down, you fucking weirdos."
For real. I'm totally on board with that.
Yeah, it's it's just calm the fuck down. Like if you don't like him, you don't like him, man. A lot of people didn't like the Snyder stuff, so like you have to, so I don't know.
I'll tell you this. I like Zack Snyder as a director. I don't think he should write his own movies.
No, he shouldn't write. All this best stuff were written by somebody else.
Yeah.
And you know, his first directed movie was written by James Gunn.
Yes, I still think that's probably his best work.
It's just a great blend of the visuals and the dialogue, and it's just a great mixture. So, I
like the idea that it's a picture because it does. I've been saying it to a lot of people. A lot of people like, you see, look, he even wants the Snyder cut back. I'm just like, you guys are really reaching, man. They're just friends that, they support each other, and I'm fucking sure that fucking Zach is supporting his friend's fucking vision, dude. If you wrote something and then I wrote something, the same thing, I'd fucking support your shit.
First freeze of the new era.
Huh?
Ricky?
What?
There you go. Oh, there you're back now. He froze. He froze for like 20 seconds. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah. So if they're supporting each other's stuff, it just shows that there's support in that community. They're both fanboys. One more, like Zach feels like he probably watched, different shit, but
he read everything. He read Dark Knight Returns in the 80s and Watchmen, and that's pretty much like his. He read those comics in the.
Somebody gave it to him.
Yeah, but James Gunn feels like he was at the comic shop every Wednesday picking up his pull list and fucking deep diving. So yeah, like you said, the authorities. Gunn said it's kind of cooled off on that. Also, the James Mangold Swamp Thing is kind of cooled off too. I think after that Indiana Jones movie, I think a lot of things cooled off for James Mangold on that one. I still haven't revisited that movie. So I think they're kind of just saying what kind of what's working and what's not working. The Teen Titans script looks like it's coming along good. He said the writer is kind of it's progressing in a good way. So I think that might be one of the ones that's going to get greenlit. They talked about there's going to be some stuff getting greenlit. You're going to see some announcements soon, which I'm glad they're not saying, "Oh, this is our next 10 years of movies." Like, oh, here's everything's like here's our cyborg movie that never happened. Here's our fucking this movie that didn't happen. Mm-hmm. All that. And so, but he did say there's a 6-year plan. There's a 6-year plan that's probably going to end up with a big epic kind of a endgame type movie. So they're planning to something big that's going to kind of tie all these ends together. But there is a plan going forward.
If this is a big if Zack Snyder were to do something within DC, like what would you give him? Like me, like honestly, whatever he does, James Gunn has to write it.
Yeah, no, if he was going to direct it, I'm totally okay with it. But the Authority, like somebody mentioned the Authority, I was like that would be actually a good fit for him. But other characters, kind of hard to say. Like his aesthetic. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Yeah, I don't know who would I kind of wanted it to be a smaller movie too. I wouldn't want it to be a big.
So I actually had a big one.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'd give him Wonder Woman.
Interesting.
Based off of how you've seen him direct certain styles with you know in 300, and just like I think Wonder Woman. First of all, it'd be a brutal fucking movie, which I would love.
If they are, you know what? Damn, you got my head spinning now. There's a great run on the comics. I think it was like late '80s. George Perez, War of the Gods, where all like the Greek gods and the Roman gods, the different like the same side of the different sides of the same gods battling. It was like Shazam was involved and Wonder Woman, and just like kind of a big epic battle of the god. I can see that if they're going to do something cool like that. I think he has that show on Netflix too, wasn't it? There's some some Greek god show on Netflix. I think they were doing it was like an animated series. It was like super bloody. I forgot some shit that came out last year that no one cared about. But I could see him doing a Wonder Woman War of the Gods. That'd be fucking. I could see that.
Like awesome. Wonder Woman was one of the few stories that I think I would do. The other one. Just because I like the way he did certain shots with Rorschach, I would love to see him do the Question.
Oh, Question would be cool. I can see that. I just I was thinking about this today too. I just wish he did a Batman movie before they did Batman v Superman. I think if
I wish he did a Batman movie because it shows that it was good.
Yeah, the Batman stuff in Batman versus Superman is fucking awesome. It's some of the best Batman stuff. And, I get it. My Batman doesn't kill, whatever, that's fine. But even though he's killed plenty of times in the comic, it's not a new thing.
Fucking 89, and then they'll go, oh, but I love 89 like he killed Joker, fucker.
He killed hella people in those movies, man. He fucking murdered fucking tons of people in those movies.
Batman Returns, I mean, he's toasting a motherfucker in the beginning.
Like, it's great that he has this, like, people have this narrative, like, oh, he doesn't kill, like, no, that's just he has that.
He wants to. He's trying not to.
Yeah, but what he does is like how many people he's probably like has CTE and like permanent injuries because of Batman fucked them up. Like it's like Batman's
broken his shoulder 5 times.
Again, yeah. So it's yeah. I don't know, but yeah, it's yeah. I think he should have directed a Batman movie, and there was kind of a rumor too that we're going to split Batman versus Superman into 2 movies. It's going to be like be a Batman movie first and go into the Superman movie.
So much better.
Yeah, and then it was just felt so rushed, man. But I don't know. The DC, just Superman needs a hit, man. Superman needs a hit, and I think everything is gonna start falling into place once Superman hits, and people are like, can fucking take a breath and calm the fuck down, and start fucking, just appreciating these movies for what they are, and like get over the fucking Snyder fucking ball licking. We can actually have a fucking
conversation.
A good run of movies, man. I want all these movies to be good, man. Just be good. God damn it.
Yeah. I want them to keep making these movies.
Just be good.
That's the whole thing. Dude, I need to see my goal right now is to see fucking Darkest Night on screen. Live action. Can you imagine? Or Blackest Night, excuse me.
I was about to say Darkest Night.
Yeah. Blackest Night.
That'd be cool.
If you can see Blackest, or at least give me the fucking the War of the Lanterns.
The Sinestro Corps
War.
One of my favorites.
Give me that. At least.
Yeah, one of my favorite Green Lantern stories, man. That's such an epic fucking story. That'd be awesome. Yeah, you know what I want. I hope they set this up. I think he might, since he's a big '80s, '90s fan. I think he's going to set up Wally and Teen Titans and have him take over as Flash in the future movies.
Yeah, it'd be great. I
have a weird feeling that's going to happen.
No Barry Allen.
Yeah, or you have Barry Allen, but he dies.
The Ezra Miller stench all over him is done.
The best.
Just mention him.
Best thing Barry Allen ever did was die. So I think have Barry Allen in, but he's going to have to sacrifice himself.
Brad Pitt finally dies.
All right, please like and subscribe the video if you haven't already. Krista is wishing Renee a very speedy recovery. He appreciates that. He's going to be watching and listening till they fall asleep, man. So thank you, Krista and Comic Book Buddies. Yeah, right on. Yeah, get better, man. Hopefully, we'll see you in next show, and you're all doing, playing tennis and shit. So please like and subscribe, all that good stuff. All right, let's talk about this. So this has been kind of like a debate for a while. The Amazon MGM owns James Bond. They bought the rights, but Broccoli and what's the other person's name?
Wilson.
Yeah, Michael G. Wilson. The Broccoli is, of course, the daughter of one of the original owners, the ones that bought the rights. I think in the late 50s. I think they bought it for the rights of James Bond have been so fucking all over the place. At first, there was a TV show of James Bond that was like one of the first things. But it was an American James Bond. It was like if you ever see clips of it, it's pretty bad. It was like a live TV show, which they used to do back in the 50s. It's not good if you watch it. But ever since the 60s, getting the first official Dr. No movie, they've been in control, and they pretty much keep it close to the vest. The James Bond, they take very vested interest in this character. Is very we don't really see spin-offs. I think the only thing we've gotten was I joked about in the comments of James Bond Jr. back in the 90s, which wasn't a good cartoon series, but there hasn't been any spin-offs. There's always been talk of like maybe doing a Money Punny movie or doing I think what was it, Jinx, the Halle Berry character. There were talks of her getting a spin-off. Things never happened. So everything has pretty much been James Bond. They've been pretty close to the vest with this character. Was it No Time to Die was the last one?
Yeah.
Which I liked the first 40 minutes of that movie, and then it falls off a cliff, and it kind of I hate the way James Bond dies. Spoiler for that movie, James Bond dies. I was never a big Daniel Craig guy. I think he's some decent. There was a couple decent Bond movies, but I was never on board with Daniel Craig. I know people love him. He's like a lot of people's favorite Bond, not mine. But you can have your opinion is your opinion. You can have it. But so now we had talks last year about the Broccoli's saying that Amazon doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. They're fucking idiots. They talked about like just making somebody mentioned content, and she was pissed. Like, dude, it's not content. This is like James Bond. This is like an icon of cinema. And so they're just like not trusting Amazon to treat this character with respect. I think what they were trying to say. Cut to this past week where they announced that they're stepping down, Broccoli and Wilson, and kind of retiring, aka Amazon paid them a ton of money. Like, here, we're just gonna fucking give you a ton of money. We're gonna do whatever the fuck we want with James Bond. So now we're gonna get Amazon James Bond. We're gonna get spinoffs. We're gonna get a Money Punny fucking show. We're gonna get 00 fucking 20 fucking side characters. We're gonna get I think, in my opinion, we're gonna get a watered down James Bond. Whatever this next movie is, it's gonna be very watered down. It's gonna be very like, we're gonna have to make it modern, which means you can't do James Bond the way James Bond. James Bond is a relic from a bygone era. And so
unless you do old school stories, but they want
I was going to get to that where I want to see what I would want to see them do. But first, let's talk about just like, what do you think of this news of the Broccoli stepping down, Amazon getting full control of James Bond?
Okay, so it depends. All depends, because look, so they can own it, but somebody has to be the steward of it, just like they're looking for the steward for Lucasfilm now. So, are you going to get the people who took control of the Rings of Power, or are you going to get the people who took control of Fallout? That's the difference. Right now, fucking Rings of Power, I had high hopes for that show. Like,
I heard the second season kind of righted the ship. The second season,
I did it again. So we were watching the second season, and no, we were watching the second season, and it pretty much, you can't take that many fucking episodes to build.
Yeah, they're taking too long to
get to the need to give people some payoff. Like, I think that's what fucking Game of Thrones did so well. They always gave you something every fucking episode. Yeah. But this is hearkening on, like, if you're a fan, you're gonna love this. It's like, well, what if you're not a fan, or if you're somebody who's just coming in and who's a fan of everything else beforehand, but doesn't really have read these books or did the deep dive? What about them? I just, Fallout feels great. Fallout feels authentic. Fallout feels like the game. Like,
yeah, and they didn't take a specific storyline. They just took the game, the ideas of the game, and the certain themes, and they made their own thing and made it.
And they ran with it, which is great.
Which you want to, we were. How many years did we live in an age where video game movies were horrible? There was Mortal Kombat was the best one for almost 30 years. It held the record for the best one, and that, even that is not. It's not even like a great movie, but it was the best we got.
I take it every time. That fucking some good battles in it, but it's not going to win an Oscar.
No,
fucking Fallout was winning awards.
Yeah,
Fallout was great, and who did it? Jonathan Nolan.
Yeah,
so it was taken care of by somebody who fucking cared about it, and I think the Nolans really have wanted to do 007 for a while.
Yeah, you still haven't watched Inception, right?
No.
Yeah, there's watch Inception. There's some James Bond scenes in it, they're straight up James Bond scenes. So that's it. Just imagine watch that movie just for those scenes where it's oh, that's straight up James Bond. He's doing James Bond.
And so it's the other thing too is I think that those guys would actually live in the time too. They would make that 1950s 60s Bond.
That's exactly where I want them to go. I want them to just set it in the 60s. Don't have the 60s aesthetic, 60s era style. It's not going to be politically correct. Because there was no such thing as political correct.
People need to get the fuck over themselves, dude.
Yeah, you don't have to go around. He's not going to be essaying fucking women or anything. It's just he's kind of a fucking a cat. He's a fucking scallywag, but he gets the job done by any means. He's a fucking spy. That's what
he's licensed to kill.
Yeah, so I want if Jonathan Nolan writes it, Christopher Nolan directs it, and set it in the fucking 60s. Fuck, I'm all there, man. I'm all there.
I'd even be good with Eric Kripke doing it, guy from The Boys.
Okay, and that's another one of Amazon shows, man.
Another Amazon show. That's where I'm going with that. Yeah,
and made it better than the source material. I read the Boys comic from front to end, and it's not. It doesn't hold up, especially towards the end. It gets it turns into a mess. I think, but the TV show definitely captured what was good about it and made it better. So I think that's. I'm just worried about where they're going to go with this franchise, man. I just don't need to see all these spin-offs and all these fucking characters that I don't care about. I want to see James Bond do James Bond shit. I want them to do fucking cool stunts. I want hot women. I want fucking cool gadgets, cool cars. Some fucking, I'm just worried.
There's one line in the Sheryl Crow song, fucking Tomorrow Never Dies, that fucking summarizes Bond. Martinis, girls, and guns. That's all I want.
That's a good tattoo. I'm gonna get that tattoo.
Yeah. It's martinis, girls, and guns, dude. And gadgets. Throw some gadgets in there. But he's supposed to be the coolest of the cool. And right now, you try to make Bond cool, but you're going to make PC cool Bond? No, man, it's not going to work. He's going to be a wimp. He's going to be a wimp.
My name is he, him.
I am he who is him. What? Are you God? No, I'm Bond.
My pronouns are he. Him, him.
That's the thing. I just don't want it littered with that because it's not about that. You know,
yeah, I think you can have
everything has its place, but it's just.
I think you have to set it another time. You can't do a modern Bond. I think that's what the kind of the snags they kind of got into. Pierce Brosnan had a good time because he, well, most of his movies weren't great, but
he was a great Bond though, man.
Always said great Bond, bad movies. GoldenEye,
and don't give me the game shit. But GoldenEye was great.
People know the game better.
GoldenEye was great.
There's documentaries about the game. There's no documentaries about the movie.
Yeah, because the game was fun, but the movie was good.
I'm just really worried. And Jeff Bezos being involved in it too. Like he has some say in this, which kind of irks me too.
He's a smarmy game show host. Fuck Jeff Bezos.
I don't want him having any kind of say in this, but he's the big boss and he's gonna have the fact that he has an opinion kind of makes me feel icky. So I'm not. Yeah, I don't like that at all.
It's the end of crying game. You just want to fucking go cry in a shower and shit.
We're gonna get a new Bond. I'm just kind of worried of how they're gonna output these movies. I don't want to see a Bond every year. Like we talking about Star Wars, it should be special. It should be every couple years, every 2-3 years, get another movie. Kind of get people excited about Bond. So we're going back to the most important thing. I think whatever they do is the casting. I think the most important thing. If it's anything's gonna work, they need a cast, right? And I don't think they're going to go with a different, especially not on this first round where they're coming out with shit. They're not going to go Jane Bond or Black Bond or Asian Bond. Yeah, they're not going to go super young Bond. But I think for this one, they're going to, try to get that, British secret agent down first before they try any weird shit. I think we've talked about this before, but anybody standing out right now for James Bond? Anybody that you think that
dude, I just don't want to hear the whole fucking Henry Cavill. He's way too big.
Yeah. And then he can lose weight. He can get slim down a little bit.
Yeah, it's he's too old. He would have been my pick. Would have been Fassbender.
That was one of my picks for sure.
Yeah, Fassbender would have been great. Even McAvoy would be great. They got to a point where they're in their
kind of aged out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Jude Law would have been a good one.
Yeah, I don't want my Bond with a receding hairline.
That's true. But back then he didn't. He didn't have one back then.
I'm trying to think of any up and coming guys can play him.
Yeah, I know that people were mentioning. I'm like, dude, those actors that you guys are mentioning are American. I don't want an American Bond.
Try to have an Australian Bond, so. Huh? Yeah, Aaron Taylor Johnson, I don't like.
No, he's too I don't know. He's too babysitterish, I guess. Looks like a babysitter.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think you just kind of go in unknown. I don't want to know the person. Just do a bad.
Chalamet's a great actor, but he's way too small.
No, he's too No, he could play. No, he could play.
He could be like a cube,
or he could be the villain. I don't mind seeing him like a young, badass, just fucking asshole.
A recurring villain, somebody who's fucking really gonna fuck with Bond. We're gonna be doing this for a while, you and me.
Oh yeah,
that'd be great. I don't know. I'm trying to think of
Yeah, it's you can insert young mid-20s actor here, but I don't think you don't do a black fucking Bond, you don't do an Asian Bond, you don't do Jane Bond. Just he's a white secret, white British secret agent, man. I think that's the character. That's how the character was written.
Jaime Bondi.
Los Bond.
El Bond.
El Bond. Senor Bond. But the guy.
He's the bad guy.
So I don't know, man. I'm just right now. It's kind of worrying that they have at least the Broccolis. They made some mistakes too in some certain ways. But at least they held it close to the vest on these movies, and they ticket.
It means something to them, which I like.
Yeah. And they didn't they didn't franchise, they didn't sell out Bond. They kind of just they kept it close to and took it seriously. So we'll see how this goes. I'm interested in how this plays out. Like you said, it's Amazon has a good track record with taking some IPs and doing some good stuff with it. But I'm just hoping they do. Like if this was like a Netflix, I'd be kind of worried more. If this was Disney, I'd be super worried more. Amazon at least has some, good creators behind them. But
if this was Max, I'd be happy.
Yeah, Max seems to be doing they take their shit pretty seriously.
Yeah, if this was Max, I'd be happy.
So are you thinking we're gonna get like a Money Punny spinoff? We're gonna get a Q spinoff? We're gonna get like
out of anything, like, look, when they're talking spinoffs, I don't need a movie. I like a show. Give me a Q show. Like, somebody's always trying to, the first season, somebody hacks into his shit and fucking steals one of his designs.
Or like him in school, like he started like people don't.
Coming up.
And he gets recruited by the MI6 to create weapons and shit because he's creating all this weird shit in school, and like they discover him like, hey, why don't you create that weird shit for us? And cool.
Oh, you know what? I don't. He's too young and he's a little too prissy. But Taron Egerton probably wouldn't be a bad Bond. He already kind of played, a pseudo Bond in Eggsy.
Eggsy, yeah. Oh, how tall is he? He's a little.
Oh, she's his little short shit.
Yeah.
That's why I've been going for Wolverine.
I think we could short shit. I think we could roll. We'll see how this goes, man. We'll see how this plays out. Hopefully, we're hoping for the.
One of my favorite characters. I just hope they don't fuck it.
I love James Bond. I have the complete collection on Blu-ray. I fucking love Bond. I grew up on watching those movies. What's your order of Bonds? What's your tier list on Bond?
God damn, it changes so much. I could just throw on any Bond movie and enjoy it. Yeah, I don't think I have. Oh, you mean as far as Bonds?
Yeah, what's your ranking? What's your ranking of Bond, the players?
I see. I already knew. Fucking here comes Lori with her, hoping it's Cavill. No, he's too huge. He's fucking way too big.
Why are you being? You just talking about people?
Yeah, it's Jack. It's because I don't want Jack Reacher as a fucking Bond. That's the whole thing. He's a big dude. I don't want a gargantuan Bond.
Gargantuan Bond.
Like, wait a minute. He doesn't need gadgets. He's gonna beat the shit out of that guy.
I would go Roger Moore. Sean Connery first. I would go, even though I wasn't a big fan of his movies. To Pierce Brosnan, Roger Moore, Dalton, Lazenby, and then I'll put Grey Glass for me.
I put fucking Pierce Brosnan first. I think he was the best Bond overall. Didn't have a great movie, like you said. It wasn't like one of the classics, but it's just something about like Connery early is some good Bond. Later on, it's a little weird.
Yeah, I think he aged out of the role.
A little grandpa-ish.
Yeah, he kind of aged out of the role for sure.
Yeah,
he probably did a little one too many Bond movies.
And that was.
Well, they had to bring him back because Lazenby only did one and done, and they had to bring him back for the last one. He was
Lazenby was okay, man.
That movie's kind of underrated. That's kind of
it's a good movie, but I
don't like the fact that Bond got married at the end. I'm not a fan of that, but
no. But I don't think Lazenby. I have more respect for T-Dalt than I got fucking Lazenby. Like Timothy Dalton, Timothy Dalton's
I love
Timothy Dalton, dude.
Especially A License to Kill. I saw that in the theater. I loved it. I thought that was great, man. Fucking that was a fun one.
So I think for me it might be Pierce Brosnan, Connery, the older Connery, the
Roger Moore movies were fun, man. They were fucking.
Roger Moore is creepy.
Yeah. He went way back past fucking Connery, man. He did way too many fucking movies, and he stayed around as Bond way too. I think Bond should have 5 movies. I think that should be you should have a 5 movie limit.
Yeah, that's your class, and then
you get 5 movies, then you have to move on and then get the next one. You shouldn't do more than 5 movies because that's when it starts fucking.
You got to keep them fresh. It's gotta be like fucking the Griswold's kids. They have to change every fucking movie. You know?
All right, Laura's going Connery, Gregg, Moore, Brosnan, Dalton, Lazenby.
Craig. I don't get that one.
You know, people love him. I don't know.
A little fucking little face he makes all the time.
That's your blue steel.
That's his. I just hate that face, dude. It's like, wait, why are you fucking duck facing all the time?
Yeah. Here for Hondo's here for a little R&R. What's up? I think he means us. I had a rotator cuff surgery about 8 years ago. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. They put nerve block in the first night back from surgery. It was the very best night of sleep I think I ever had. Oh my God, thank you very much, Hondo. Appreciate it very much. So
that's what the community is about, man.
Danny Trejo has won Bondiga. So we didn't. Sorry, I forgot to talk about this during the Star Wars chat. But we have Andor having a trailer that just dropped yesterday. Season 2 coming out in March. Oh, this is April, right?
Yeah.
So we got a trailer. I am not a fan of using pop songs in. I am not a fan of this. Using real music and Star Wars stuff really takes me out of it. The trailer looks badass. I like. We can see Krennic. Krennic's one of my favorite actors going right now. But it's using the fucking modern music in a Star Wars thing really takes me out of it. It just kind of a weird choice, man. I don't know what the artistic thing is. Acolyte tried to use a pop song at one of the post credits during its run, and that was like, oh no, don't do that. So using pop songs in Star Wars, like if you do the Jabba Hutt fucking song from Force Awakens, that's fine. That's kind of in universe, and it's cantina scene. You're doing that. That's one thing, but using pop songs, I don't know. But I thought the trailer was good. You get to see. I heard it's going to be 3 different. Every 3 episodes is a different year. So we're gonna after every 3 episodes, we're gonna jump a year until we lead up to Rogue One. So that's gonna be kind of interesting to see how that goes. Yeah, good point, Laura. Using modern music is one of the things that ruined the Volo series. That totally took me out of it. I was like, why are we using this fucking music? Like, it's one thing if the original used like pop music to do things, and it was a pure fantasy. When you start using these modern songs, it kind of takes you out of it. Same way with Star Wars. We get this trailer. We get to see some glimpses of what's going on. We get to see kind of what they're going to lead up to Rogue. Basically, I heard it's going to lead up right up to Rogue One, the beginning of the Rogue One. We're going to get K2SO. We're going to get some of the characters from last season. We're going to a lot of people say this is their favorite Star Wars thing since the original trilogy. I like it, but I'm not in love with it like other people. I think it's good. I had some issues with the original series, especially big hologram lady in the middle of city looking goofy as fuck, looking like the end of Mortal Kombat when the fucking Shao Kahn comes out of it. You'll all die. This looks cool. I had an issue with the music. I don't like it. It's a good song. It was at James Earl. I think it's a good song, but not for Star Wars. But what'd you first of all, what'd you think of the song being used in the trailer, and also what'd you think of the trailer?
You just don't do this. If you're gonna release it with that music, release a second trailer with a score.
Give me some score, man. I don't need a fucking.
And then what you'll see how much downvotes you'll get that, and then they'll never do it again. I thought they learned their lesson, but I don't know if this band is or this singer is signed to like a Disney label or some shit.
This song is from like the 90s. The song is like old.
Or Disney owns the fucking song now or some way. I don't know.
Yeah,
you don't need to do that. You don't need to. I don't need to hear fucking Led Zeppelin playing through and shit with this. I don't want to. It takes you out of it, first of all.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be going to a galaxy far, far away. This kind of music doesn't exist out there. All right, they don't know what the fuck this is. I don't want to hear fucking.
Steve Earls. Yeah, Steve Earls.
I want to hear Bruno Mars.
So this song was from 2004. It was about like the Bush administration, like kind of a protest song against the Bush. Like
if you know what they could have fucking used as a fucking protest song to this, they just fucking play the fucking Imperial fucking march behind it hella slow.
Or would what they did with what the Skeleton Crew did? They did like an old like 80s song, but they put Star Wars like language
influence on it. Yes.
Yeah, they put Star Wars. What was it? I forgot what language they were speaking, but they were. Was it Huttese? No, it wasn't Huttese.
I think it was Huttese.
Was it Huttese? Yeah. So they did a song, a song for the trailer, but it was in Huttese, whatever language it was. And that's kind of that's pushing it a little bit for me, but still, that's at least
it's still it's still within universe in a way though.
Yeah. But this is just it's so out of character and so out of place. Yeah, just like that pop song and the Acolyte. Like I don't need a fucking weird pop song at the end of fucking.
Trailer look good though.
Look good, yeah.
I like the 3-year jump thing or the year jump.
Yeah. I like kind of like how we're going to see it, like because it kind of ended like 4 years before A New Hope or Rogue One. Well, Rogue One is pretty much New Hope. So I think it's going to be interesting. Yeah, you're going to see him getting with K2SO. You're going to see Krennic. I like Krennic kind of like fucking dressing down the Imperial chick from last year. It's
what about I think I saw Saw Gerrera there too, right?
Oh, my favorite Star Wars character ever. I love Saw Gerrera. Such a great character. The Empire, you must go.
You leave Forrest Whitaker alone.
I love Forrest Whitaker. I hate fucking Saw Gerrera. I can't stand this character. Oh my god. I was so happy when he died in Rogue One. I was like, yes. That's when the movie got better, when he died.
What a piece of shit.
But this looks good, man. It's coming out. What is it, April that's coming out?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's probably going to come out after Daredevil. I think so. They at least they don't like having these things like kind of they want to have some contact like fucking at all times. So they'll probably do this after what's the release date? Let's see. But yeah, this looks good, man. This this trailer makes me excited. April 22nd is when this is coming out. I think that's the end of Daredevil. So yeah, I think a week after
release 2 trailers, you dumb sons of bitches.
Yeah, I just don't use modern music in Star Wars, please. Like,
learn your lesson.
It's just weird. Just a weird fucking.
People were like, "Oh, you guys are added touch. You guys are added touch." Like, no, you're just stupid.
No, you score.
You just have no standards.
Even the best thing, even like worst Star Wars, the music is fucking on point. So. There's plenty of music you can use, plenty of John Williams stuff you can use. There's plenty of good music out there, plenty of good music to be, good music to be used. Don't even a modern pop song, a modernish song, even though it's like 20 years ago. Renee, Star Wars rocks. You know how I feel about it. And your comment about Swamp Thing. I love Swamp Thing too. She would have the lock here. I'm a big fan of that movie. I love that movie. I like that more than the first one.
I like those 2 little kids.
Yeah, the kids are hilarious.
Fat kid's cracked. Oh, Fat Kid's crazy.
Yeah, movies. I like the design too. I didn't like the first one. Has its charm, but Wes Craven directed, and
second one with the design was better. It was
the
like
opening credits too with the Creedence fucking song. That like when I was a kid, that like seeing all those comic book pages, like seeing Batman on the page, like oh shit, Batman was in Swamp Thing. Like they know each other. That's a thing. Hondo finally saw Wild Earp. It was good, but can't touch Tombstone. They kind of came out at the same time. That was like
the Deep Rising to fucking Armageddon.
Yeah. Do you know Wyatt Earp is buried in Colma? Yeah, 2 miles away from where I live. I might have to visit. Little fact. Yeah. Honda Loren, Roger Moore is my Bond. He was the best. Had the best villains out of the franchise. I can't argue too bad with that. He had some good villains, man. Yeah, he definitely
had some great villains.
Good music too during the 70s, man. Some of those 70s fucking "Live and Let Die" is probably one of my favorites. What's your favorite Bond theme? Goldfinger and "Live and Let Die" are probably my 2 favorites.
I like fucking Beautiful Kill. I like Beautiful Kill. By Duran Duran. I love Sheryl Crow's "Tomorrow Never Dies."
That was an underrated one, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's really good. Adele's "Skyfall" is good.
Not bad.
I really like that too. The most hated song, Madonna.
Yeah. Another one I really like, fucking "The Spy Who Loved Me."
Yeah.
Nobody does it better.
Fucking Carly Simon. Yeah.
Oh, it's such a great song. I love that song. That's probably like, that and Live and Let Die are probably my two favorites.
Yeah. Even Aha, The Living Daylights. The Living Daylights. Yeah, that's a jam, dude. Hey.
Yeah, that's a good one. Swamp Thing was first before Groot, but was the first before Man Thing. Actually, Man Thing and Swamp Thing were actually created at the same time. It was a bet between I think it was a bet between their creators. They were like seeing if they can like kind of, they're basically the same character, and they created them at the same time and say like
who's going to be better?
Who's going to be better, pretty much. So yeah, they were created pretty much at the exact same time. Man Thing and Swamp Thing, where they're so similar. Hondo Saul Guerrero. I don't like my Star character has the same name as my friends or people. That's pretty good. Lori Goldfinger and Thunderbolt. Finger.
What, the song or the movies? Thunderball is fucking what? That's Tom Jones. Yeah, that's a great song. That's a great song.
That's a good one. Yeah. It's I love that. I have the soundtrack. I'd listen to that thing all the time.
There's Goldfinger. Yeah, that's a lot of great fucking songs.
The man with the Midas touch.
Let me see. Goldeneye was a good one. I like that's Tina Turner.
Yeah, Goldeneye was good.
Who's another great fucking song? Who did The World Is Not Enough? That's Garbage. That's a good song.
Yeah.
I like that certain songs they feel very Bondish. Other songs don't. Die Another Day.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Moonraker, Dolly's braces disappear, the Mandela effect. Yeah, I think people are just misremembering shit. That's just people misremembering for having braces. I don't believe in the Mandela effect. I think people just misremembering shit.
You dumb shit.
I have my theories about the Mandela effect. It's just, I think a lot of people remember Mandela effects from parodies. Like people like everybody. Monopoly guy had a fucking he had one of those eye things.
Because of Jim Carrey.
Because Ace Ventura, true. Because the guy he made fun of was fucking I think that happens a lot where people they remember the parody more than they remember the actual thing, and so the parody becomes ingrained in your brain. So I think that's why the Mandela effects
exists.
Happens. Yeah, it's just kind of misremembering shit. It's in kind of like collective, like, oh, I kind of remember that, but not. All right, cool. All right, so let's get into the Marvel stuff. I guess we'll talk a little. Actually, I want to talk quickly about this. I mean, we are SF Comic Book Co. Looks like Marvel and DC are going to be doing some crossovers. This past weekend had Comic Book Pro. A lot of comic book news came out. And this was the biggest news that came out. DC editor-in-chief Maria Javins and CB Cebulski of DC. Or sorry, split that. DC editor Mary Javins and Marvel editor-in-chief CB Cebulski. They took the stage and they announced that Marvel and DC are going to be teaming up together. They haven't teamed up since Avengers and JLA back in the early 2000s, I believe. That was the last time they teamed up. The great George Perez epic that came out during that time. Kurt Busiek, I believe, wrote that too. So we're getting some Marvel DC. It said there are 2 one-shots going to be happening later this year, and this is going to be the first time that Dan Didio and what's his name, Quesada. I guess I don't know if they had a kind of a beef. They were kind of, and DC Marvel had some beef for a while, so there wasn't no crossover since the early 2000s. So we're gonna get some crossovers. I think it's a good time for it. The comics are struggling right now. Shops are struggling right now, so this is the kind of thing that will get people into shops to like pick up. DC and Marvel are doing something together. I think this is a good thing for comic books. I think you get lapsed fans back in because there's a lot of good stuff happening in comic books, but people are not reading them. They're not going to comic shops anymore. Comic shops are struggling, so support your local comic shops, folks. If you're not already. Go if you have a nerd friend, get a gift certificate. Get people back in the shops, man. There's some good books, man. Like I know people are going digital, but digital is just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right, man. But,
you ruin your eyes trying to read off your fucking pads.
Shit hurts, after a while. But Marvel DC teaming up, I think is a good thing. Any stories you would want to see, like modern stories of comic book characters that cross over that we haven't already? Because back in like the 80s and 90s, did crossovers all the fucking time. There's like tons of fucking stories. Batman, Daredevil, Punisher, Batman, Spider-Man.
Has Red Hood faced off against anybody yet?
Red Hood wasn't a thing.
No. Not recently in the last one or in the last couple crossovers that they've done. Red Hood hasn't done anything, right?
No,
he's like a newer character.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He wasn't a thing back in the early 2000s. So, I could see Red Hood and Deadpool. That'd be kind of an interesting kind of team up.
Deadpool now. Or team up, yeah.
Yeah,
that's just so it's gonna be team ups, not like versus, right?
They haven't really said. Well,
I just want it to be like a versus because it depends on who's publishing or whatever.
I hate the trope of, I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. We're gonna have a fight. Then we have to team up, and that's what kind of a lot of those early ones were. Like they just like, we're gonna have this fight. We're gonna be against each other. Then we have to team up to the real threat. That's just a comic book trope too. But it's I hope they don't do that. I hope they tell some like general stories. I also don't like when they exist in the same universe. I want them to be from different. That's why I kind of like the JLA Avengers storyline because they were from different universe and they all had to like kind of battle and find artifacts from the different universes. So I think they need to go with that. Kind of like I don't want them to be like exist in the same universe. Like Batman's he was just across town in another city. He's and meets with Spider-Man. Like I don't like that kind of shit.
Then again, I don't want no multiverse shit. Kind of
depends how they do it.
Yeah,
I get. Yeah, I'm over too. I love multiverse stuff too. Like What If is one of my favorite.
Everything is multiverse.
Multiverse is annoying, but that's one thing where multiverses kind of make sense. With,
of course, yeah, but. Has to be done clever. It just can't be done.
Yeah, I want to see some good. And I think of people. I think writers and stuff are hungry, and we have some good writers right now. And them like Jonathan Hickman doing like a fucking maybe like an X-Men and fucking Teen Titans modern story. Like they did one that was like one of the first ones back in the early '80s. Like him doing like a X-Men and Teen Titans or Titans now, like with modern sensibilities. Could do like an updated one. But there's so many storylines you could do, especially with like you mentioned Red Hood. That's or Harley Quinn and fucking Harley Quinn and Deadpool would be a fucking interesting one. You can definitely do some of the characters that weren't used in those 90s comics and do some modern stuff. I definitely want to see modern stuff. I don't want to see anything that we've seen already. But if you do like some cool shit, there's some cool shit you can do with this. Let's see. Yeah, this is gonna come out at the end of the year, so we'll see. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully they have some cool ideas and do something fun with the genre. Let's see. View to a Kill. I saw it at the theaters. I saw that one too. Yeah, I think I saw that at the Regency.
View to a Kill. I think I saw that at the New Mission.
It's like Spaceballs Alien Homage from Laura. What's the hell are we talking about? What are you talking about, Lori? Am I missing something?
Yeah.
Renee, I saw most 007 Bonds at St. Francis in York Theaters back then. I saw it at St. Francis. I think I saw Bond there too. Yeah, I think again, no, Luke, I Am Your Father. Yeah, that's another one that people are misremembering. That's because a lot of people say that line and misquote that line a lot. And so that's a lot of people like in like Kevin Smith movies and like Star Wars, like a lot of people misquote that movie.
Tommy Boy.
Yeah. So a lot of people misquote that and not people remember the misquote. They don't remember the movie. So yeah, those Cold Slither look fucking awesome, man. All right. Well, speaking of which, Renee's got us on track here. Did you guys like the new Black Captain America? Harrison Ford, Red Credible Hulk. All right, let's do it. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. So let's get set up. Captain America: Brave New World. This is the longest I ever went without seeing a Marvel movie, MC movie. I kind of put. There's other movies I want to see. I'll talk about it in my. Pull list. I've been seeing a lot of movies lately, but this Brave New World has finally come out, and definitely a mixed bag. A lot of different opinions on this movie. It's not doing horrible at the box office. It's doing okay. It did have a second drop, but we've been worried about this movie for a while. Ever since we've heard the multiple reshoots, they reshot this movie 3 times, getting rid of storylines, getting rid of characters, recasting characters, kind of all over the place. And you can definitely see where like shit was cut in and cut and paste. Like Giancarlo Esposito was kind of, you could definitely tell his scenes were definitely shot on but a year after all that shit came out. But we'll get into it. First, let's just initial thoughts, and then we'll go into full spoilers because there's a lot of shit to talk about in this movie. I didn't hate this movie. I didn't love this movie. It was definitely middle ground. I thought some of the action was good. I thought some of the action, some of the characters I did not like. The fucking Torres kid, please don't bring this kid. He does not deserve to be on the fucking team. I'm sorry. This kid is fucking obnoxious. He's so annoying. Every time he was on screen, I was like, I fucking hate this guy. Also, the fucking other chick, the Sabra agent, dude, that chick is 4'5", dude. She reminded me of fucking the chick from Poltergeist. She did not.
Tangina?
She is not. I cannot take that lady seriously, dude. Every time she was on screen, I was kind of check. I was like, come on. Like Florence Pugh is short too, but she has like a certain presence about her. This girl was
Florence Pugh has heft to her.
Yeah, this girl was just all shoulders. She was I'm sorry. I could not take her seriously. Yeah, I don't know. We got to talk spoilers for sure. But what are your initial thoughts of this movie?
I kind of agree with you. It was middle of the pack. Wasn't anything special, which is sad, and I'll get to why I think that happened. But I just thought that if you guys were gonna really give Anthony Mackie a chance, you guys needed to do better for him. That's my initial thought, because Mackie there's nothing bad with his performance, man.
Yeah, he's not. He does
nothing wrong with his performance. The guy is a fucking good actor.
Yeah, I like Anthony Mackie.
He held it down, but there's some parts of the character that I just don't like the way it's written.
I think it sucked. I really bummed that William Hurt died, because I think William Hurt would have, I love Harrison Ford. He's one of the icons, but it would have been fun to see that progression of William Hurt's Thunderbolt Ross and see kind of him go into that. I think that hurt a little bit of the movie too, even though Harrison Ford actually does a good job replacing him, because it's fucking Harrison Ford. How can you not? But all right, let's get into spoilers. It's kind of hard to fucking talk about a lot of this movie. All right. So I guess let's talk about some of the things we liked, and then we can go into and kind of break apart all the shit we didn't like. I thought the action was pretty decent. Like the flying scenes with the jets was kind of cool. The Hulk battle, the Red Hulk battle was decent, even though I didn't like the ending of that and the use of the Red Hulk. I had some issues with. I want to talk so much negative stuff about this movie. But what was some of your positives about this movie? What were some of the things you actually liked?
I definitely liked Sam.
I like Isaiah Bradley too. I like Bradley too.
I love Isaiah Bradley.
Yeah.
He's great, dude. I can't remember what's the character, the actor Carl Lumbly.
Yeah, he's Mantis.
Mantis. That's where it goes back to me. So yeah, he's
in a lot of shit. He's in a lot of you forget this. He was in so much shit.
He's I want to say he's in Dr. Sleep. He plays
he plays a Scatman Carruthers.
Yeah. So in which he was awesome in. So Carl Lumbly was great. Harrison Ford was awesome.
Yeah, I think he did. He did a good job.
So those are my pluses. And,
what'd you think of the action?
See that I did not like the action. A lot of herky jerky camera.
A lot of green screen, a lot of I like parts of the action. I wasn't told 100%.
People have to realize that a standard has been set, and if you don't reach that close to it, or look, I'm gonna equate every fucking fight now to the fucking elevator scene.
Yeah, it's good. You set the bar. You set the bar yourselves, guys. You set the bar yourself. That's
yeah.
All you know.
So that's the elevator. You gotta fucking try to outdo that elevator scene every time. Yeah. And every time that they did something with Sam, it was tech supported.
Yeah, you have to have the guy in the chair.
And I don't. We just got away from tech Spidey, and now we have a tech Captain America.
Yeah,
I don't
Captain America's boots on the ground, man. Just kind of doing the work, not fucking like, oh, I need help every 5 seconds to do this and do this.
From a little fucking little drone birdie thing. Go get him. Like,
yeah, I hate the nanotech fucking like helmets too. I like at least Falcon had a real helmet. Like fucking, I hate the nanotech helmets. I'm over that trope in comic. It's so lazy, such a lazy thing.
It's Iron Man shit. Like I'm just done. I'm done with. And look, I get it that they were like, oh well, the Wakandans gave him this. I'm like, so wait a minute. So the Wakandans, first of all, don't want to fucking share, but now they're giving Captain America all the shit for fucking. Well, he did help us. I'm just like, yeah, but now you guys are fucking trying to hoard your shit and forcing all of this shit with America. And another thing too, Japan being our fucking great enemy. Japan.
Yeah, Japan. Yeah, that kind of. Yeah, that kind of took me out.
I understand, like not.
Yeah, it's like China. Actually, China will probably be the ones we'd be beefing.
You know what they could have done?
They're so scared of China. Like, dude, like there's.
Why didn't they just say Madripoor?
That'd be interesting. That'd be more
right
or Genosha.
Genosha
would have been good. Like, oh,
it would have been great.
And it ties into the X-Men.
Or Latveria.
Stop it, Rick. You get me
excited. No, but look how easy it would have been.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, what? I don't know.
Look how easy it would have been. To me, that's lazy.
Yeah, yeah.
So okay, so that's bad writing one. So, we talked the good. We talked a little bit of bad. We need to start going with the beats, going in the story beats now, because there's a lot to pick apart. Danny Ramirez. Look, I liked him in Top Gun.
Yeah.
I really liked him in Top Gun. But his character is fucking noxious, dude.
Yeah,
and
he's like way too trying too hard to be cool fucking thing, and it's just like, oh, I'm gonna be that archetype character, like I'm the cool sidekick. I'm gonna say the clever
things. Thanks a lot, Marvel. They're typecasting the Latin actor into fucking the guy from Ant-Man. Like, he was funny. He was great. I fucking love Homeboy, but this guy is just I'm gonna be fucking jerky and I'm gonna try to be fucking funny.
Nobody
was watching.
I don't want this guy in the Avengers, man. If he's in the Avengers, he better fucking die. I don't want.
Oh no! I after this, I don't think these guys are gonna be in the Avengers at all.
I think McHugh will still be, but I think.
I don't.
You don't think so?
Nope. They're gonna look at this as a sign that they're gonna put the blame on him.
Yeah, a lot of people, and like you said, he did a pretty good job.
He did a great job.
And a lot of the green screen, like when he's talking to the Red Hulk at the end, like, oh my god, that felt like it was like some student film that they're filming over a weekend. Like him, it looks so out of place. It just did not do him any favors in this movie, man.
Is that how we're gonna save everybody from the Red Hulk?
Yeah,
is that what it was?
And it's making him a little too preachy. Like he had that scene in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I didn't like that scene at all too. It's just too fucking, I'm gonna get on my milk carton and make a speech and like everybody's gonna root for me now because I'm Captain America. I think that they did a disservice to his character. He didn't have stop trying to make him Steve Rogers. Stop trying to he made the comment, oh, you're not Steve Rogers, but then you're starting to shoehorn him to make him to this like fake Steve Rogers. So it just doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so first of all, you should have took the serum.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Bucky. I like that line though. Bucky was full of shit. I should have took the serum.
It's a great line. That's like some because it feels real when he says it because he's gonna get his ass kicked.
Yeah,
that's the one thing I couldn't stand. I'm like, wait a minute. This is fucking Shuri against Namor all over again. this is the mismatch fight that this guy wins. How?
He should have won this fight. He should have got his ass kicked and something.
Look at the cherry blossoms, Red Hulk.
What they should have did, I thought this was gonna happen. They should have did it like he gets his ass beat, and the only one that could stop him is fucking Betty. Betty comes to the fucking thing, and she's the only one that could calm him down. That's what calms fucking Red Hulk down. Like you had her, why wouldn't you do that instead of fucking? This is the ending of Super 8. Like you just need to go home. Just go home. He should have got his ass beat. Like the fact that he's like, you should not. Sorry, Falcon is not beating a fucking Hulk, especially a rage monster Hulk. No, and that's another one of the issues with the Red Hulk in the storyline is an shit talking asshole. He talks a lot of shit. The first 2 years of Red Hulk, we didn't even know who the Red Hulk was. A lot of people were betting on Thunderbolt, but they had like a little fake out where they had a life model decoy Thunderbolt Ross, so everybody kind of jumped off the Thunderbolt Ross thing, but then it was later revealed it was Thunderbolt. They made him just Hulk. They just made him Hulk. He does not act like the Red Hulk in the comic at all, because the Red Hulk in the comic is fucking just a fucking asshole. And another issue. They do this to the fucking Hulk all the fucking time. They're taking Hulk fucking storylines and shoehorning another character story. Like, this is not a Captain America storyline. This is a fucking Hulk storyline.
This is Hulk Part 2.
And even have fucking Leader, which we haven't even started on Leader yet. His design is fucking horrible. I saw some of the original concept art for him, and that would look way better. This was this looked so fake. Like, you could tell they changed it multiple times. Like, there's certain scenes where it looks like he's holding something, but clearly they edited something out. There's like, it just looks off. Like, all the scenes, definitely tell they reshot a lot of that stuff. So what do you think of Samuel Stern's Leader in this?
I like seeing him in the dark when you can see his eye. I like that kind of thing.
But once he got in the light, it was just, this is like a bad version of Toxic Avenger. Like, not in the.
That's exactly kind of the shit I thought of. I kind of thought of like, this is what happens when you put a sponge and the Leader into one of the Brundle pods from the Fly, and he comes out, and this is, got sponge head looking kind of thing. You know what I thought of? Actually, you're gonna love this. Angstrom Levy.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
Angstrom Levy. Yeah, it's kind of
Angstrom Levy.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
And done badly.
Yeah.
Angstrom Levy looks more like Leader than Leader did.
Yeah. I did not like the design of him. The storyline too is just like, I don't know, just shoehorning. Leader's a great villain, but kind of shoehorning this into a Captain America movie. Adding Thunderbolt Ross.
Why couldn't they figure out a way to fucking bring back like Red Skull or something?
Yeah, and there's a billion other Captain, Zorla, fucking Arnon Zola, have him be the plot. Have him in as a robot form or some shit.
Yeah,
there's so many other like Cap villains. He has so many fucking villains he could have used and brought in. Like you said, have Red Skull come back. Have fucking Arnon Zola, like fucking all this shit, like remnants of Hydra, like trying to take out the new Captain America, or like trying to disgrace him. Trying to like fucking undermine him because he's not Steve. There's so many ways they could have went. It's just very.
The rewrite show. You know how I felt that there was an earlier movie in there somewhere, kind of like how I look at Dark Knight Rises, and I'm like, I can see where they wanted to go, but they were forced to go this route because of what happened. Problem with this one is nobody fucking passed away suddenly. They had a story. They didn't believe in it. They went back and they shot this shit.
And then they shot it again. I think it was like twice they reshot shit. And like Giancarlo, I love Giancarlo, but
Seth
he
Rollins?
was so Seth Rollins. Yeah, he was supposed to have. There was supposed to be a team of the Serpent Society, which I think probably would have worked better because you're having them fight a team instead of one Giancarlo for like a couple random scenes where it just feels so out of place. You can tell, like in the church when he's fighting Copperhead, you could tell that scene he was like inserted into that scene to like have exposition. And like every scene he was in, he wasn't with anybody else, just like
just him.
And just him. And you can see where the edits are. You can see what they were doing, like just shoehorning him in because you need somebody like some kind of. It didn't feel like anything. Like
it felt patchwork.
It felt patchwork, man. It just didn't feel like I don't know, it just took me out of it, man. It took me out of it a lot. And what'd you think of the fucking Red Room Shira Haas Sabra character?
Okay, so I was just gonna get to her. So it's kind of fucked up because there's two characters that felt that they didn't need to be two characters. First, it was the guard for the president that was like Sam's friend. What was her purpose? She gets introduced at first, and then she's just there. Nothing else. She's not doing anything else. And then you have her being the little ass kicker that she is, which is cool. I have no problem with that. I really don't. I get that people can use leverage. I've seen wrestling. She's like the fucking Marco Stunt. I just don't think that Marco Stunt is gonna beat fucking Lance Archer. That's just what it is. I think that character could have been combined because it felt like neither one was doing much.
Well, she was changed a lot because Sabra in the comic is an Israeli special agent, and they wanted to go away from the Israeli
because of
kind of storyline because all the shit that's been happening the last couple. Which I understand. You don't want to bring unnecessary heat to a movie that's already going to have a bunch of eyes on it. But this character I just don't buy her kicking ass like that, and I'm looking up her. I guess she had a medical condition that kind of stunted her growth, and I guess she had cancer when she was young.
Yeah, that's okay, but I'm not saying that's good. She's an actress; she can play. But why is she playing this role? Yeah. Somebody who can beat the shit out of fucking soldiers and very able-bodied people. And
hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I just don't kind of get the whole thing with her doing that. There was just multiple problems with this movie. We can just go up and down the line. Let me just look at the cast first of all. So, I love Anthony Mackie was fine. Danny Ramirez horrible. Said that Shira Haas. She wasn't bad as an actress. It's just a lot of the stuff, the roles, I don't think was very believable. I didn't get it.
I didn't buy her as a badass Black Widow. I just kind of especially when she was standing next to the other people, it just looked really this a little kid is fucking fighting these guys.
Yeah, there's who else? Carl Lumbly, he was great. Dude, you had fucking Tim Blake Nelson in the movie, and wasted because it was all reshoots. His shit was reshoots. I didn't understand that part. I guess the biggest part I didn't understand of this movie is why are you gonna do this fucking movie with all of these people, all these villains, and you don't have Hulk?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Why isn't what does Mark Ruffalo do? If at least you had Mark Ruffalo in it, you gotta make sense to have him part of this storyline.
And because does he cost too much money? You guys spent a lot of fucking money on this movie.
Yeah, instead of having Bruce in part of this storyline would kind of make more sense. If you're going to shoehorn and you can't do your Hulk movie, at least have Hulk in a fucking Hulk fucking sequel. Doesn't make any sense.
I got into it with somebody on Facebook because of this shit, because he was trying to say, well, what's the problem with that? I'm like, dude, if you don't think that they bastardized Planet Hulk for the glory that is Thor Ragnarok, it's there's something wrong. They had a great storyline there, and they really fucked it up. You had
they turned it into a joke. They turned Hulk into a joke ever since fucking Age of Ultron. Hulk is ever since he took that L to Iron Man Hulkbuster, he's been fucking nerfed so fucking hard. And
for the glory of Stark.
Yeah, I'm just sick of them underutilizing Hulk and just kind of. I don't know. It's just Hulk's one of my favorites. He's top 5 character for me. I love the Hulk, and they just neutered the fuck out of him.
Yeah, no, dude. Hulk is probably one of the. I would say he's royalty in Marvel.
Oh, he's
one of the most. I don't think Iron Man is. Not to me.
Well, now probably not.
Now, yeah, but back then he wasn't.
Spider-Man
was.
Hulk was probably one of the most recognizable. The TV show was a fucking big hit. Yeah, the cartoon. Hulk was very you watch a lot of old 80s movies. You see Hulk reference it, Hulk posters, Hulk toys. Like my Poltergeist had a fucking Hulk toy flying around.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan stole his fucking name.
Stole his fucking name. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Everybody,
100%. Yeah, Hulk is like one of the main guys. Like,
he's Marvel royalty.
Like, Iron Man. Like, Iron Man wasn't a thing. Like, there was fans of Iron Man, but no one gave a fuck about Iron Man. He's a C-lister, man. I'm
starting to kind of be with what's his name on this one. I don't normally side with Liefeld, but he wants Kevin Feige removed. I think it's time.
I want to see what he does with the X-Men and Fantastic Four. Then if he fucks up the Fantastic Four, then I'll be calling for his because a lot of this shit, like that wasn't his fault. All the fucking shoehorning a lot of these fucking stories and TV shows.
Eternals.
A lot of the shit was like this.
She's gonna have to take the fall for because what's up with what was it, the Immortals?
Eternals.
The Eternals. No, the other one.
Inhumans.
The Inhumans.
That was Perlmutter. That was not that wasn't Foggy at all. That was Perlmutter. He's the one that set up a lot of fucking the mandate for a lot of TV shows. So that wasn't Foggy. That wasn't Foggy at all. That was Perlmutter. Like fucked up a lot of things. I'm glad when they got rid of him. So I'm not calling it like Liefeld needs to calm the fuck down too. Like I love Liefeld. I've defended him. But he needs to calm the fuck down. He's getting a little fucking weird. And
I've never defended the guy, but fuck him. I kind of agree with him because they've taken a lot of L's lately.
Yeah, and I think, I wouldn't fire him just yet. But I think he loves X-Men. He loves Fantastic Four. I want to see what he does with them. We'll see what they do with this.
Whose call was Shang-Chi? Like
whose call was the the problem was when a lot of the Eternals and Shang-Chi, this was pre-buying Fox.
Mm-hmm.
This is pre-buying Fox, so they were trying to make these characters work because they were running out of characters.
X-Men's gonna save their shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because if that's why they were trying all these different characters. That's why they were trying to like push these fucking characters because they were running out of characters to do. At least decent characters. So they're trying to make Shang-Chi a thing. They're trying to make, these like C-level, B-level characters a thing because they didn't have, now they have the X-Men, Fantastic Four. Now they can actually start. I think they need to shift their focus. Dude, we don't need a Wonder Man. We don't need a Wonder Man. We don't need a fucking Ironheart. We need a Storm series. We need a Cyclops series. We need a fucking
Colossus series.
You can make a Colossus.
Him and Magic.
Ileana fucking series. You can do all this fucking shit now because those characters are interesting. There's some great Shang-Chi issues, some great storylines, but he's not like he's kind of. And the fact that you try to make him like this epic character instead of making a low. I was talking to Frank at Amazing Fantasy. Happy birthday, Frank! Shout out to Frank.
Happy birthday, Frank!
Had a birthday, Amazing Fantasy. Go check out the store. About Shang-Chi. Like, man, they could have made that movie a low budget, $40 million movie. You could have some mystical elements, but mostly just make it a grounded kung fu kung fu flick.
Yeah, dude, should have been fucking Bruce Lee with fucking powers.
Yeah, Shang-Chi doesn't really have powers. He's just kind of
but like, I mean, the extra, whatever.
I get what you're saying.
Enhancements when it comes to his fighting skills. Nobody better than him.
Yeah, so I don't want to throw Kevin Feige out just yet, but I understand the frustration. But this movie is this should have been like now Thunderbolts. I have hope.
I have hope.
I have hope. Those trailers have been really good. We missed
Taskmaster's gonna die early.
Oh yeah, Taskmaster's dead for sure. I think some other characters are gonna die too, but those trailers have been good. They've gotten me hyped up. I was definitely not excited about this movie, but now the trailers have kind of got me up psyched. Fantastic Four, we haven't talked about the trailer too for that one that came out. I still have some issues with some of the casting, but I'm excited about the world and the aesthetics, and I'm hopeful.
Hey, Human Torch looks like fucking Fred from Scooby-Doo. I like Joe Quinn, but I don't think he looks like
I want to hear him talk too. We didn't really hear him talk. He just kind of flew around. And I want to hear some dialogue from him. I love things. Look, they need to add a little gravel to the voice. A little gravel, little my Aunt Petunia, just a little gruff to the voice. I'll be okay, but I love the actor. His look is amazing. I love the look of him.
I've just been in a no faith zone right now with Marvel lately.
Yeah, and a lot of people are, man. A lot of people, and I'm really hopeful for those. We got Daredevil coming out soon next week.
Yeah, well, the show that already have a feeling it's going to be great.
Well, that's the thing though. They need some wins in a row. Like we've had like Guardians of the Galaxy, then we had a couple like mediocre shows, and then we had Wolverine. Now we have another L with fucking Captain America. So we need like a streak. If Daredevil's good, Thunderbolts is good, and fucking Fantastic Four is good, that's 3 in a row. But then they're gonna have to fucking release that Ironheart shit that they filmed in 2002. They filmed that shit 4 years ago, and they're finally gonna fucking release it. And I have a feeling they should just backroll that shit. I think really, or turn it into like an hour special. Just get it out of the way and fucking done. And the same thing with Wonder Man. I don't need a Wonder Man show, man. No one wants a Wonder Man show, man. I'm sorry. They need to just.
When we used to collect the cards, you used to get Wonder Man. After you got one, that was it. You didn't want more. Like Wolverine.
Wonder Man.
Yeah. Once you got Wolverine, it's like, I want backups of this one.
Yeah, no one cares about Wonder Man. I'm sorry, I don't care about Ironheart. Like in the comics, still right in the comics. The movies, I don't give a fuck about. Like the movies, I didn't care about her character in Wakanda Forever. She felt very shoehorned into that. So I'm just, I don't know. I'm hoping for some wins, and then. So what do you think is sorry? You're saying Cap? They're gonna throw out Mackie as Cap, or are they just not going to use him?
No, I think they're probably going to somehow they're going to probably go with Bucky. I have a feeling they're probably going to go with Bucky, unless because I know that his deal's coming up, his 9-picture deal.
Unless he dies in one of the next movies.
Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
So, but I just right now I don't know if they're going to pin this to him.
If the first fucking Avengers for this new era is fucking Cap and Falcon, that is a very scary fucking thought. Like I don't want Falcon interacting with Doctor Doom like this new Falcon. Like no, I don't want get this character away from all this, dude. I can't. I don't.
Unless he's gonna be cannon fodder for Doom.
Yeah, unless he like snaps his neck. Like okay, but I don't want to see this character on the big screen. So a question now: Who's your Avengers going forward? Who's give me 5 Avengers for the next movie. Who's going to be your starting 5 for the next movie?
I don't know if you can do Spider-Man because everybody they don't know who he is, right, or whatever. So
you can have him on the team. They just don't know his real identity. They know who Spider-Man is.
No, but do they know him as Spider-Man still?
That's Spider-Man. They know Spider-Man. They just don't know who he is.
So they just took his identity away. All right, So
yeah, give me your starting 6. Give me your starting 6.
So you'd have Spider-Man. You have to go with like people I guess who are current Avengers too, right?
There is no Avengers right now. That's all.
Yeah, but no, the people who are still currently out there, because fucking what's his name's dead. So you could. I wonder if is Thor retired? I'd fucking love to have Thor. I need Thor because I need a fucking thumper. Yeah, Thor's like a fucking big. But I mean, would it have to? So you're gonna assume it's Cap. So Thor, Cap. Why does it have to be Falcon? He can die.
I'm talking your personal. You don't have to fucking. You have to.
My personal.
You don't have to put
Spider-Man, Hulk, and Hulk, not fucking Professor Hulk. Spider-Man, Hulk. Fucking be sick with it. Add Wolverine. You let this get real now. That Wolverine on the Avengers is a good move.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange. And Black Widow. Yelena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go Spider-Man, She-Hulk, Thor, Cap, Moon Knight.
God, Moon Knight would be great.
And what was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more. I'll put Yelena. I like Elena on there. Yeah, that'd be mine.
The dirty work person, man.
Yeah, like you have to have that spy person on there.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm just. Well, whoever Avengers they pick up, or whoever starts that movie, are gonna take L's. They're gonna lose because they're gonna lose the Doom because
of course they better.
Yeah, because the fact that Captain America beat up Red Hulk does not sit well with me. I just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right to me. It makes one thing where Iron Man has a Hulkbuster armor and fucking takes fucking all the fucking power to fucking take him down, but fucking Captain America's hitting him with some wings and fucking flipping around. That's gonna take him out. Like I'm not buying it. But all right. Anything else to say about the MCU right now with this?
No, but another thing is, are they still? Is Namor still in with?
That's a good question. He's a big part of Illuminati and in the comics and stuff. He's a big part of Secret Wars. But I remember the actor being kind of canceled a little bit for some problems with his ex or something. But nothing really. I haven't really heard anything about coming out of it. Some people saying it was kind of an extortion thing, kind of a. So I don't know. Nothing has come out of it. You can always recast too. It's not like you're fucking beholden. And that's another character they fucking kind of nerfed too, like having Shuri beat him. I don't want to see Shuri in there too. A lot of people saying she's going to be part of it. I don't care about Shuri. I like them talking about recasting T'Challa or bringing a perfect time to bring in another T'Challa, bring his son from the future, like his son is fucking comes from the future to fucking help stop this, and he ends up just stuck here, and that's our new Black Panther, T'Challa. Because I don't think Marvel's very happy with Shuri. I think she said some shit during the campaign stuff during during that time. So I don't think Marvel's super happy with her. But we'll see. But yeah, I don't want to see Shuri on the Avengers. But I'm worried about this whole thing. Yeah. But we'll see, man. Hopefully they get some wins and they do this right. I think it's I want it to be good, man. Like we always say. At least hopefully be good, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's all we want, man. We just want this shit to be good. People don't get that. This is. I just want to go to a comic shop and pick up an issue and read it. Sometimes I just want to fucking go pick up a movie and go watch it and enjoy it.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Yeah, if you overthink it, you write a bad movie, and they've done that quite a lot. They've overthought a lot of shit, and it tells how many reshoots they did.
You can tell. Yeah, and then have a plan. Like a lot of these movies are getting fucking. That's why I like what James Gunn is doing. You have a plan. Don't fucking start if you don't have a solid script, and know what you're going to film. Like how many millions of dollars did you waste reshooting this shit? How much money could have went into the special effects, and into like fucking or paying some of the creators, which was some of the problems that Liefeld had too, which I agree with. You got to pay these creators, and you're taking these characters and these storylines that they worked hard on, gave you guys. Having a credit in the after credits, that's cool and all, but pay these guys. Give them hey, here's a fucking $100,000 bonus, man.
Brubaker should have been a consultant on this.
Yeah, and it's another good thing too. Like, get these comic book guys in there and like consult. Like, hey, this is what we did in the comic. This is what you should do in the movie, and have some guys that
Well, they're looked down upon. That's the fucked up part.
Yeah. Well, comics has always been like only recently has comics have been like.
But they're still looked down upon while they're taking their IPs and making the movies on them.
Yeah, like I was watching something the other day, and they were talking about the guy that wrote Road to Perdition. He wrote the graphic novel, and they try to downplay the graphic novel aspect of it because people were like still
not aware that it was a graphic novel.
Yeah, they were trying to downplay that. They didn't want that guy doing press and like kind of say, hey, I'm the guy that created the graphic novel. But and that was like an award-winning movie, and like people like that was like a respected like real movie. But people don't realize that was a graphic novel. That was a fucking thing. So that was before where like people started taking that shit seriously. So it's going to be an interesting time, man. All right, let's get off that. Overall, not a bad movie. Definitely not a great. Definitely mid-level. Definitely the last of the Caps. Like fucking. That not the worst one. Definitely not the best one.
I really wish I could have seen what the original cut was.
Yeah, I kind of wish I'd seen like what the original thing was out. Yeah.
Before I want to see what if the people who did the test screenings, did they know what the fuck they were talking about?
Yeah, who are these people that are deciding these fates of these movies, man? I don't trust these motherfuckers. Let's see. I'm gonna roll through some traps before we go to the pool list. Let's see. The matter of fact regarding alien spaceballs. I've never heard that one. What's that about? The alien spaceballs. This watch be with you. Loved Hardware Wars from Renee. D-Box on the chair shakes like the action. I like the 40X on certain movies. You saw this in 40X too, right? The Cap.
I did. I didn't think it was good though.
Yeah. I was like, I can't do 40X right now. Lori, sequel to Godzilla -1 has been officially greenlit. Is in the works at Toho. Yeah, this was announced a while ago. Well, officially announced. Yeah, this is happening. Let's see. Renee's just naming some teams: Legion of Superheroes, Defenders, Justice Society.
I'd like to see a Legion of Superheroes in DC.
It's too convoluted, man. It's too many fucking characters. Like it's too.
You don't have to do them all. They start the beginning.
Lori I knew the Hulk was way before Iron Man. Yeah, a lot of people were introduced to the Hulk on TV. Like people forget, like TV shows. There was no cable back then, so millions of 20 million people would tune in and watch the Incredible Hulk. Like now, your TV shows are lucky to get like 100,000, a million fucking viewers at that point.
Yep.
Lori, have you seen the Guys in the Gorge? I haven't watched it yet. I've heard mixed things on the Gorge.
Yeah,
it's on Apple.
I want to watch it.
It's on Apple TV. I like Anna Taylor-Joy and who's the other cat? It's in it.
Miles Teller.
Miles Teller. Yeah. I'm starting to get. He's starting to grow on me a little bit.
Still not there yet.
Rooster, he's
getting spirit, but no.
Renee, his Avengers team. We got Nighthawk, Black Bolt, Vision, Daredevil, Moon Knight, and Cyclops. Not a bad team. Quicksilver, Silver Surfer, Iron Fist. It's all metals. Iron, silver, Quicksilver.
The all elemental team.
The elementals. All right, let's jump into the pool. Let's get cool. Pool list. Been a couple weeks. I'm sure there's all kinds of crap. I have a bunch of shit on mine. But all right, you want to start? You want me to start? What do you want to do?
Go ahead and you start.
All right. I saw a bunch of movies. I've been seeing a bunch of movies lately using that Regal Pass. Definitely was the standout companion, the Jack Quaid movie. Very good. Probably so far the best movie of the year for me. Paddington in Peru was fucking great. Not as good as the first two, but very enjoyable. Still had the heart of the first ones. Some fun twist and heart and stuff. So they definitely, they recast the mom. It's not fucking what's her name? The color or the thing of water or whatever. Yeah, Shape of Water. Yeah. She got recast, but I like the girl that replaced her. She's a good actress too. I saw Love Hurts, the Ki-Hu Kwan movie. That was a lot of fun. Good action in that. Short. It's like an hour and 23 minutes. Short. I saw The Monkey this past weekend. Did you watch Longlegs?
No, not yet. It's on my list though.
Yeah, Osgood Perkins, the son of Anthony Perkins, has done some horror movies. Longlegs I like part of the movie. This movie was basically Monkey was pretty much. It's a short story from Stephen King from back in the 80s, from the same book from The Mist came from and all that. It's basically Final Destination with a toy monkey. It's some fucking great kills, fucking awesome kills. Like some of the Rube Goldberg fucking kills are fucking pretty hilarious. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Some of the story is just kind of, but it's a fun ride. I would definitely recommend seeing it. It's good. And then the last movie I saw in theaters was I did one of the movie Monday movie. You don't know what the movie is. You kind of just go in blind.
Surprise.
Yeah, surprise movie. It was Last Breath. The movie with Woody Harrelson and Samuel Liu talking about Shang-Chi. And who's the other cat in it too? was it? No, what the hell is his name? Last Breath. And based on a true story about these divers that one diver got stuck and they had to rescue him. Very tense. Decent movie.
So anyway, is it like a survival movie that they're trying to get him, and it's based on a true story and shit?
It's based on a document. The guy who did the documentary did the movie, and it's they're divers that repair like fucking the cables that are underwater in the ocean, and it gets kind of fucked up, and so they have to.
Cliff Curtis, that's the guy I think you're thinking of. He's in everything.
Who?
Last Breath. And Last Breath.
Finn Cole.
Finn Cole.
Why is it? Finn Cole? Who is he? I recognize it. He's in Peaky Blinders. What the fuck is he in?
Okay. And yeah.
I recognize him.
Pretty much in Peaky Blinders. No, I thought it was like Cliff Curtis. He's the other guy. He's in everything.
Yeah, good cast. It's definitely like a movie I probably wouldn't have saw. But it was pretty entertaining. I was like on the edge of the seat and kind of like, oh shit. It was pretty decent. It was kind of cool seeing a movie like you didn't know what it is. I was like, oh, please be something good. And so it was a decent movie. I was definitely enthralled with the storyline. So, where do you do that for? Where did you do that from? Regal, they do it. I think a couple of places do it, but Regal does it every Monday, like 7:00. Like, you don't know what the movie. You find out what the movie is right before the movie starts. They put up a banner, and so it was kind of fun, just to not know what we're gonna watch. So, Lori, I enjoyed some parts of The Gorge, but the dialogue was meh. Okay. Yeah.
People don't understand the dialogue where it's at, man. You have great dialogue. You'll remember forever. That's why we always remember Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, it's and that movie was only probably made for $10 million, and it's fucking
because it's great writing.
Yeah. Okay, that and then come some comics. I'm finally reading Ultimate X-Men by Jonathan Hickman.
Ultimate Spider-Man.
Sorry, Ultimate Spider-Man by Jonathan Hickman. Actually, good. It's kind of a story where Spider-Man is married with Mary Jane, has a couple of kids, and he gets his spider powers. He's in his mid-30s, gets his spider powers in this universe. Very enjoyable. One of the best Spider-Man runs in a while. Because a marriage between Mary Jane and Spider-Man. Oh shit, that works. Oh man, fucking dumb fucks in the 90s that ruined it. Then we got the One World Under Doom. First issue came out. Doom is the Sorcerer Supreme. We got this awesome cover, the negative space cover. This is great. The storyline's pretty good. I'm digging it. So far, good first issue. I'm intrigued with the story. Doom is kind of, the world is kind of a better place with Doom in his rule. He tricked, Hydra is trying to attack him and say he fucking basically killed, brainwashed fucking Baron Zemo and turned him into a robot. And he's making Hydra build skulls and hospitals and stuff. Or he's using all them. And now the Avengers are conflicted where a lot of people are arguing. It's well, he's doing good. There's universal health care. There's fucking education for everyone. There's fucking.
I'm just waiting till he fucks up.
He's gonna fuck up, or somebody's gonna fuck it up for him, and then so it's one of those things where it's where it has to go. But I think it's kind of fun seeing World Doom be in control and doing what all the heroes can't do,
and doing Doom things,
and then being conflicted where even then they're oh well, he's doing good, and trying to have to fight that. So it's an intriguing storyline. I'm digging it so far. And then my last thing, I have a quick unboxing, a new unboxing here. I saw this online, I was like, wait, is this a thing? So I ordered it. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna order it. This is from the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle line. There's a storyline back in the 80s where they meet a character in April's building. He's an artist. He's a comic book artist. He's named Kirby. And so basically it's Jack Kirby, where he has a pen and whatever he draws comes to life. And so that was one of the storylines from the 80s, Mirage Comics. So they recently made a figure of it, which this came out last year. I did not know about. Maybe I heard about this, maybe not. But they came out with a figure with Jack Kirby. The character is based on Jack King Kirby, creator of Spider-Man, creator of the X-Men, co-creator of Fantastic Four, all the Marvel stuff, Thor and all of that. And so basically it comes with a pen, a pencil, a pad, and it's basically just Jack Kirby in an action figure form. So I thought that was cool as fuck. I'm gonna put him next to my Stanley, and they can argue about who created who. But I just thought it was a cool idea for a figure, and he comes with like a little pen. He looks like Jack King Kirby done in the Eastman Laird version of the Ninja Turtles. So it was kind of cool little deep cut for a character. I got to read that story. Like a lot of those Mirage, the old original Turtles had some weird, crazy storylines. Yeah, I definitely want to check the kind of read. I have the hardcover. I got to get into those. All right. Because Renee kind of Led Zeppelin in movie theaters now. Yeah, I heard that was good. I'm gonna check it out. Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, there's a lot of good documentaries coming out about some music ones too. I want to see that Sly and the Family Stone one that's on. I think it's on Peacock or whatever. Directed by Questlove. All right, Mr. Rick, what's your pull list this week?
So I have a game that I've been playing recently on PS5. It's
like a military game.
It's called Armor Reforger. Now it's pretty much, I hate battle royale games, but this is like a cooperative one where you're working as either Americans or Russians, but they break you down into squads. So like I was with a couple friends, and you can make squads of like I think 8 people, but you have to do things together. It's all together based. So if you work together, you get to base. You have to build things so you can actually probably spawn a helicopter, spawn a vehicle to go out, and you're pretty much just it's soldiering on a big scale. Crazy thing about this game is you can join it while it's already in progress, and you can leave and come back, and it's very possible that the same game might still be going.
Oh, really? Like how long these games?
Friends of mine have been in the game, and they said it's taken them 8 hours to complete.
Jesus Christ!
Because they go back and forth. Once you get to 5 or 7, whichever the moderator set it to, once you capture that many bases, the other team is made aware that they have 5 minutes to take that base back. So once they take it back, you have to keep trying to take another base, so you can you have to defend all your bases for 5 minutes. And gets pretty much intense at those times, but it's a really intricate game. You can add attachments to your weapon. Weight is an issue when it comes to how much stuff you carry. If you carry a lot of stuff, when you respawn, it takes a lot more resources for you to spawn in. So I've just been learning how to fucking keep your.
So it's kind of like your decisions have
consequences. Yeah, exactly. So like my guy, I only take 6 magazines of ammo, and I take like 10 to 12 launch grenades, but I only have that one gun, and it's not silenced. So I'm not shooting. My friends shoot because they're silenced until they like, all right, Rick, go ahead. We need your help, and then I'll just start bombing, with whatever. But most of the time they don't call for shit because they're really good at the game. But it's a pretty fun game. You should probably look up some video on it. You have to, when you get shot up, you have to put your bandages on. You have to put a tourniquet on. It's very possible that while you can take like a really like almost like a fatal shot, your guy, his viewpoint starts getting smaller and smaller until you fucking just finally bleed out and die. So it's pretty cool. That's one. Another thing is I've been finally really getting into it. There's a show on Kenobi makes an appearance. There's a show on Netflix. Everybody's always up in arms about Squid Game, and Squid Game's good. I don't know if a lot of people know about Alice in Borderland. Japanese show, very similar, and when it comes to games and stuff, but different thing is that these guys, it's not their choice to play. They're taken somewhere to play, and every game that they play in, depending on its difficulty, they earn more days to stay in that place until they have to play the next game. And some of the games these guys have had to play to fucking survive are fucking crazy. So it's a really good, it's a fun show.
Is this new or is this older?
No, it's been out there. It has 2 seasons right now. The 3rd season's coming out in September of this year. So yeah, Alice in Borderland is a really cool show. If you like Squid Game, this is
this will be like right up anybody's alley to check this show out. Yeah, so Alice in Borderlands on Netflix, and saw Nosferatu. It's a good movie, man. Like Robert Eggers is
yeah, it's good. Filmmaking wise, it's great.
Oh, he's phenomenal. Like the one thing I'm excited for now, I heard his next movie is going to be a werewolf movie.
Yeah,
I'm super excited.
Werewolf.
That sounds like it's gonna be fucking like intense.
Yeah,
like we're actually gonna get a real wolf and shit in that one.
I hope so. I'm hankering for a good werewolf movie. He's supposedly doing a sequel to Labyrinth too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
His sequel would be fucking creepy. Yeah. I would maybe a prequel. All right, go down that way, fucker.
Go front. Showing my cat too.
Yeah, this little bastard. Yeah, so Alice in Borderlands. What's it called? She should. Lori should watch it. I know she's like so. And I mean, I've gotten that way too. But sometimes you gotta watch it. Just
I was the most excited about the movie. I had some issues with the movie. But it was still well made filmmaking. I had the problem with some of the actors and some of the performances, and some of the choices on character designs. But it's still a beautifully shot movie. The tone, the music, and but some of the pacing and some of the shit I had some issues with. But still doesn't, deter the fact that this guy's a fucking filmmaker, man. Northman and fucking. I still haven't seen The Witch. I got to watch The Witch, but Lighthouse was fucking insane.
He makes really good movies.
Or he's never gonna see it.
It's her Dark City.
Purist, man, purist. I get it. She likes the original overrated Nosferatu. I get it. We all have our things.
Let me see. Is that it? I think yes.
Cool.
That's it.
All right. And we went through a lot, man. We probably missed a bunch of shit, but we talked the main points. Yeah, we'll try not to be go a month again, barring any injuries or computer freakouts. Let's see. I think there's a couple more cheats. Renee, buy new comics every Wednesday. 6 comics every week. 3 Marvel, 3 DC, and independent comics. Yeah, I can't go hard anymore like I used to. Let's see. In Robot Chicken, Aquaman is called Waterboy, and they make fun of him. Hee hee. Any more? Oh yeah, we talked about that one. Yeah. Thanks everybody that was watching today, and go check out your local comic shops, and go support your local comic shops, man. They need your help. Any final words, Mr.
Yeah, don't buy Teslas, assholes.
Lori, sorry I joined late. I thought it was a Wednesday, not tonight. Yeah, go rewatch. I got your assignment for Comic-Con. Have a great week. Thanks, Lori. Thanks, Renee. Thanks, Krista. Again, thanks everybody that joined in. Hondo, everybody that came in and had a couple some comments. Turn on the notifications so you know when we're jumping on. Like I said, hopefully nothing happens to us where we can't have a show for a month. We won't do that to you guys again, hopefully. All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Like and subscribe.
Bye. Life could be a dream. Life could be a dream.
Shaboom, shaboom. I did like